I was going to say you didn't guess it right, is it? Shit, man. I thought you had it. I really thought you had that. Shit. Oh, well. Better luck next time, I was going to say. Oh.
These slip-on orthopedic shoes are built for middle-aged and elderly men. Once you try them, you won't want anything else. They're built to last up to 10 years with extra durability from anti-explosion stitching, designed for all-day comfort. They feature orthopedic insoles with strong arch support, making every step feel light.
Well, my mama met my daddy down in Alabama. They tied the knot, so here I am. Born on the bayou on the Texas line. Loved in Louisiana, raised on jambalaya. Now before I I could walk, I had a guitar in my hand. By the time I could talk, I had my own band. I went on the road when I was 8 years old. When I turned 15, I was stealing the show. Money to burn and the girls were pretty. It didn't take me long to learn that I was born to boogie. When I was 18, I went to Hollywood. I met Elvis in Maryland and Johnny B. Good. Got my guitar playing and that's in California sun. Red Cadillac having too much fun. Now we were playing them halls and jamming them, and we moved it all over to MGM. They said, this is the boy we've been telling you about. He lit a cigar and he stuck his hand out. He said, son, now we got a deal for you. I'm going to make you a star. You get 50,000 too. I told him, mama didn't raise no fool. I'll take your money. I'll make you movies. I can tell you right now, I was born to boogie. Well, my name is Bo Seals. I drink a whiskey by the gallon. Now I never back down, and I love a good challenge. What I do now is what I did then. I like to get down to all my rowdy friends. Now I can be sweet and I can be mean. I still got my hat and I still wear my jeans. My shades are chrome, my guitar steel. If you think I won't, then believe me I will. Get down on you, baby, 'cause I ain't no record. I was put in a part and I was born to boogie.
I'm gonna do a Mrs. Doubtfire, but with football.
Who is that guy?
He's like extremely ugly.
The preacher man says it's the end of time, and the Mississippi River, she's a gold dry. The interest is up and the stock market's down, and you're only getting mugged if you go downtown. I live back in the woods, you see. A woman and the kids and the dogs and me. I got a shotgun, a rifle, and a four-wheel drive, and a country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. I can plow a field all day long. I can catch catfish from dusk till dawn. Make our own whiskey and our own smoke too. Ain't too many things these old boys can't do. We grow good old tomatoes and homemade wine, and country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. Because you can't starve us out and you can't make us run. Cause when them old boys raised on shotgun, we say grace, we say man, if you ain't into that, we don't give a damn. We came from the West Virginia coal mines and the Rocky Mountains and the western skies. And we can skin a buck, we can run a trot line, and a country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. I had a good friend in New York City. He never called me by my name, just Hillbilly. grandpa taught me how to live off the land, and his taught him to be a businessman. He used to send me pictures of the Broadway nights, and I'd send him some homemade wine. But he was killed by a man with a switchblade knife. For $43, my friend lost his life. I'd love to spit some beach nut in that dude's eyes and shoot him with my old 45, because a country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. Cause you can't stop us out and you can't make us run, but putting more boys raised on the shotgun. We sing praise, we sing man, if you ain't in the back, don't give a damn. We're from North California and South Alabama and little towns all around this land. We can skin a buck and run a trot line, and a country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. Country boy can survive. Country folks can survive.
My kids can't hide anything from me. I'm home. Especially when they've been using toilet paper that doesn't hold up.
Charmin Ultra Strong has a diamond weave texture that's more durable, and it cleans better, so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
It's a hard thing, realizing people aren't who you want them to be. It feels different coming home. There's a real emptiness.
I think Bruce is afraid of what's coming, and he feels guilty leaving behind the world he knows.
It's like I'm always running away from something. Like the past is breathing down.
Could be holding you tonight. I could quit doing wrong, start doing right. You don't care about what I think I'll just stay here and drink. Hey, putting you down won't square the deal. At least you know the way I feel. Hey, take all the money in the bank. Think I'll just stay here and drink. Hey, listen close and you can hear that loud jukebox playing in my ear. Ain't no woman gonna change the way I think. I think I'll just stay here and drink. Yes, sir. The piano. They hurting me now don't mean a thing. Since love ain't here, don't feel pain. My mind ain't nothing but a total blank. I think I'll just stay here and drink. Yeah.
Protein to build muscle, electrolytes to help hydrate. Champion your recovery with Core Power.
That hot old summer sun make you beg for your next breath. So you best be on the creek bank, laid in the shade. Chewing on a hickory twig, pass that bottle, I'll have me a swig. I ain't got a lot, but I think I got it made. I'm just laid up here in a country state of mind, catching these fish like they're going out of style, drinking this homemade wine. Hey, if the sun don't come up tomorrow, people, I have had a good time. I'm just laid up here in a country state of mind. I bet the old man's in the kitchen. He's got my kind of music on his radio. Oh, drinking his beer and dialing up the request lines. Mama and old Aunt Joan probably in the dining room trying to use the phone. Me, I'm thinking about that girl and later tonight. I'm just laid up here in a country state of mind. Hey, I'm catching these fish like they're going out of style. I'm drinking this homemade wine. And if the sun don't come up tomorrow, people, I have had a good time. I'm just laid up here in a country state of mind. You know the rednecks and the preppies, they're in their discos and honky tonks. Somewhere between Raven Hill and go down town, drinking this a homemade wine all the time. If the sun don't shine tomorrow, people, I have had a good time. I'm just laid up here in a country state of mind. I know what I do.
Learn how to be in a T-Mobile iPhone commercial.
Morning, dude.
Jeff Bridges moved in with Zoe Saldana, but mostly they just played with the new iPhone 17 Pro. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us, plus save up to 20%. Check the math.
At Sargento, we've been making your family's mac and cheese a core memory. You can taste over 70 years of our family commitment to high-quality, real, natural cheese in every bite. You have our word on it, you have our name on it.
Sargento.
A promise you can...
Excited to tell you that we already have over 100 listeners booked for our July 2026 Mediterranean Sea Cruise. If you haven't booked yet, what are you waiting for? Join in on the fun. Visit ChrisPlantCruise.com.
Are your paid search campaigns struggling to drive real growth? Viant helps you reach more of your audience right where they're watching. Streaming TV. Get started today at ViantCTV.com.
Are your patients asking you questions, perhaps about managing their treatment, or maybe about making a change? Now is the time to talk to your patients. Now is the time to talk about Dovato. Dovato, a combination of dolutegravir and lamivudine, is a treatment option with 2 medicines in 1 pill. Visit DovatoHCP.com to learn more today and to access full prescribing information, including boxed warning. This ad is for U.S. healthcare professionals and brought to you by ViiV Healthcare. Have you discussed treatment options with your patients? Talk to them about Dovato, dolutegravir, and lamivudine. Visit the refreshed DovatoHCP.com to learn more today and to access full prescribing information, including boxed warning. This ad is for U.S. healthcare professionals and brought to you by ViiV Healthcare.
Don't wait. The fall season of savings sales event is happening now at Wilkins RV. We've slashed prices on thousands of RVs with payments starting as low as $122 per month. Take advantage of huge manufacturer incentives, low interest financing, and no payments for 90 days. Shop the area's largest selection of RVs, including 2026 models at special introductory pricing. Visit any one of our 7 locations or shop us online at wilkinsrv.com. Hurry! These fall savings won't last.
But I don't want to get a flu shot.
You don't want to get the flu again. It's just a teensy little poke.
Hi guys, I know you don't like needles, so I brought Buzzy.
What is that?
It's a device that uses vibration and ice to help take the sting out of shots.
See, hon, that wasn't so bad.
Wait, you did it already?
Yep, Buzzy helps. And Kinney is the only pharmacy that has him.
I'm going to tell everyone I know.
Great. They can schedule online at KinneyDrugs.com.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 6. I'm Heather Curtis. It took a jury less than 3 hours to find the man who tried to assassinate President Trump at Mar-a-Lago guilty on all 5 counts. Ryan Root then shocked the courtroom as the verdict was read.
U.S. Marshals had to react when Ruth attempted to stab himself with a pen. He was restrained and prevented from harming himself. There was also an emotional outburst from the defendant's daughter, who ran out of the courthouse yelling, "Leave me alone." President Trump reacted.
I very much appreciate the judge and jury and everybody on that. It was so professionally handled.
Sentencing is set for December 18th. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
An 8-month-old girl choked in a Leesburg home last Tuesday died early this morning, and her brother is now charged with her murder. Police rushed the infant to the hospital in critical condition after finding her not breathing in the Hancock Place Northeast home. Alvaro Mejia Ayala was gone when they got there, but Leesburg Police Chief Thea Bernat says he was arrested hours later.
Let me be clear, this was not an accident.
What's the matter, Siberian gal pal? You got a problem? You have a fucking problem, Alice, with me? Alice, do you have a problem with Billy Hayden? We don't even communicate, you fucking old biddy. She runs her mouth about me at JC's and over at Acids, too, so fuck you. You know, trolled, SGB trolled. Monica fucking tried to set me up with her. First thing she said, oh, I'm schizophrenic. Just what I want. A fucking crazy lady in my life. Just what I fucking need. Come on, Siberian gal pal. Grow the fuck up. Please grow up, Siberian gal pal. Please grow up. Fucking, you know, use some common sense. Have some demeanor. Not my fault you don't have a man in your fucking life. Fuck you, Siberian gal pal, and fuck Tassie Joe, too. Fuck you people. I fucking served my country to protect your way of life, Siberian gal pal, you ungrateful bitch. So fuck you. Don't care who you fucking vote for. No, you're not more growing up. We don't even talk. All you do is bitch. Fucking wankers. Fuck you.
Given the quote unserious and ridiculous demands being made by the minority radical left Democrats, unquote.
Tassie Joe couldn't keep the man she had in her life.
Up next, traffic and weather.
My wife left me. I didn't leave her. I didn't want to get divorced. I wouldn't have got married in the fucking first place. I can be happy with one person. Fuck you guys out here. You know, Siberian gal pal, fuck you. She's a fucking foreigner. I know you hate Trump, but, you know, for God's sake. I don't hate you because you voted for Obama. I hate you for what you do here, though. I hate what you do, Siberian gal pal. You're a two-faced fucking bitch. Go ahead, post all you want. I really don't give a fuck. That's your daddy, but what about you? That's not you. We're not talking about your daddy. You want to bring up your daddy? You want me to talk about your daddy? Does he realize he raised a fool for a daughter? I'm sure he's real proud of you, Alice. Didn't Gotti go after you? Who was saying you look like you got a fucking bee's nest on your fucking head? Yeah, you did. You mouthed off. Yeah, you did. You attacked my Donald Trump clone. Yeah, you did. You're a fucking miserable old bitch. You think you got to have control out here. Fuck you.
57,000 exclusive patios where Grandpa can man the barbecue in his Kiss Me, I'm Flamus apron. 57,000 exclusive hideouts to gleefully ignore your email. Make it a Verbo for your next Florida coast trip.
Bottom line is Monica tried to hook us up. She thought she was going to hook Tassie Joe up to me or whatever. Either they were trolling me or they were serious. I think the girl likes me, actually. I know Monica does. She got mad because I wouldn't clone her. Yeah, you got your friends, gal pal. All right? But if your friends troll me, I'm going to troll them back. You can try to defend them all you want, but it ain't going to do you any good because I don't attack them. So go back to Jarl's chat. Go do whatever you want. Pretend to be Dougie's friend. Doug was right. He was afraid to lose friends if he became friends with me. You guys are look what he's doing with Terry B. There's something going on there. He said Terry B is nobody. Where is Terry B? Where is he at? Gal pal, your little fucking friend there, Terry B. Aren't you in love with that fucking guy? Well, I guess in real life, Dougie and I are real friends because he's been up here 3 times. Can't be anything wrong with me if he fucking comes to visit me. That motherfucker wouldn't come up here if he fucking thought I was going to do something to him. Fuck you, Siberian gal pal. And giggle all you want. You're a dumb fuck, bitch. Now I'm going to clone you. Now you're going to get a wrench in my chat tonight. I'm going to use the best picture I can find. Guess you don't love America, do you, there, Siberian gal pal? Terry B needs to go help Alpesh with his dishwasher. That's what he's good at. Alpesh can't figure out a fucking dishwasher. The manual is probably sitting right there if it's brand new, which seemed like they'd leave the manual right there in the drawer for it. Siberian, fuck you, bitch. Welcome to the fucking troll farm. Don't care, Siberian cow pal. I could give a fuck. Go pet your dog.
877-381-3811. 877-381-3811. Well, happy final moments of Rosh Hashanah to my Jewish friends. That's why I wasn't here last week. I was in the state of Israel. Long agreed to a event there. Marco Rubio was there. The Prime Minister was there. A number of great people were there. The city of David. I won't get into all the details, at least not right now. But a lot was going on when I wasn't here, wasn't it? And I want to thank all the wonderful folks who
calls me Wank Stain and she's schizophrenic.
And the great hosts on the program, from what I understand, and they're great people. They really are great people. I watched much of the Charlie Kirk Memorial funeral. And I thought the speeches were fantastic.
Drop my lighter.
I think Erica Kirk is a remarkable young lady. Absolutely remarkable. I always want to listen when she speaks.
Way under the table.
You can tell she's a woman of deep, deep faith. And you can tell she's been for a long, long time. And I want to tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, as an American and as a Jew, I am thrilled with these revivals. I am thrilled with Christians finding their faith and practicing their faith. I am thrilled about it. Thrilled about it. We talk about Judeo-Christian values for a reason. The founders of your country talked about Judeo-Christian values. They embraced them. They talked about the Hebrews. They talked about Jesus. Over in Israel, I rarely go beyond the holy sites because that's what I love. That's what I enjoy. My family, too. And who's protecting?
It was just a matter of time, Matt. I can't stand her. I can't stand that person. She's an ignorant fucking bitch. Just like Shannon and the rest of them.
Jewish IDF and police.
Ignorant as can fucking be.
Who goes into Syria to protect the Christians, among others? We have an envoy, a guy named Tom Barrett.
Hurts my heart if I could know that she's my fucking peer.
The Israeli Air Force and infantry.
Keep trying, Siberian gal pal. You're triggered. I appreciate it.
Yesterday, the Syrians were burning, again, Christian towns.
Fuck you.
You didn't hear that on any of the networks, did you? You didn't hear it from any news show, did you? Because apparently, to them, it doesn't matter. To them, it doesn't matter. I can't speak for every Jew, but I grew up around Christians. I have friends who are Christians, best friends who are Christians. And we are very close, including Pastor John Hagee, one of the great evangelical Christians of our time or ever, with his megachurch in San Antonio, Texas.
There's two accounts.
He was at the City of David last week as well, as was his family. It was a Jewish Christian celebration, among others, over the beginnings of both faiths, linked in the Bible. And yet there are people who seek to come between us. These aren't people of faith. These are people who try to exploit faith. These are people who don't even comprehend faith. And so now we're back to the old blood libel. The old blood libel, because it comes up at Carlson.
Tucker Carlson.
During what was an absolutely beautiful memorial service for our friend Charlie Kirk. Now, I want to tell you something. I don't know where this is going. I don't know where this Jew hatred from the Marxists, the Islamists, the neo-Nazis, the grifters, I don't know where they're pulling us and pushing us. What do they want to do with American Jews? What do they want to do? Where are they taking this country? They're destroying it.
Fuck you,
Carlson,
Tassie Joe.
Owens,
You're the fucking,
Kelly,
you're the fuck
Bannon,
stain.
the rest of them and others. They're relatively small voices.
Fucking tied to them birds.
But the left-wing media give them platforms.
Bird
Promote
lady.
them all the time. Promote them all the time. Because they think they're getting at you.
I'd
and
like
me,
to know what
black-blooded,
happened to Andrea
patriotic Americans
from
who
Canada.
love this country. And so they want the rest of
I
the
bet
world
she
to
was
believe,
turned
the rest
off
of
by
our country
JC.
to believe
I know she
that
was.
These are MAGA. Donald Trump is the greatest friend of Israel in the Oval Office in the history of that country and this country. Is that where the people I just mentioned stand? Of course not. They stand with Bernie Sanders and Tlaib. That's who they stand with. They stand with the Jew haters and the Marxists and the Islamists. And why aren't more of our elected leaders speaking out against this? With few important exceptions. Why is Carlson being platformed? Being platformed by some of our leaders. What is that all about? Well, I know what it's all about. And so I've decided you and I have been through a lot of important political revolutions and movements. In fact, we started many of them, but not all of them. The Reagan Revolution, the most massive landslide victories in modern history. The Tea Party movement, started by you, with me, Liberty and Tyranny. Our rallies, our millions of people turning out, throwing out the Democrats in the House of Representatives, giving the Republicans an over 60-vote majority. They'd never seen anything like this. You and me, nominating Cruz and Rubio and Mike Lee and God knows how many others in the House and the Senate who are there right now because of you and me. Mostly you. The Convention of States, under the radar, but millions and millions of us who have turned legislature after legislature around in support of resolutions to save this country financially and otherwise through Convention of States and my book, The Liberty Amendments. I've counted talent. I've sold 15 million books over the course of my career. It's stunning because of you. And MAGA. We've got this little clan, and by clan, I mean clan, who claim credit for 77 million plus votes for Donald Trump. Podcasters. Some of whom hated Donald Trump, despised Donald Trump, brutalized Donald Trump, used the most foul words against Donald Trump in texts, in speeches. Now they say they're Make America Great Again. I'm going to tell you this. There's only one Donald Trump. And there will only be one Donald Trump in our lifetimes. He is a great, great man. He is a great leader. What he did at the United Nations today was unbelievable, and I'm going to get into that. Absolutely stellar. I've never seen anything like it before. And guts. The man has courage like you can't imagine. Like you can't imagine. But after Donald Trump, all bets are off. Some people think they have the inside lane to the presidency. Well, you know what? We constitutional conservatives don't believe in coronations, do we? You got to fight for it. And your associations matter. And your past statements matter. And whether or not you're a leader or a statesman matters. And it's going to be bruising. Because some of these dumb bastards like Carlson, they've awakened. They've awakened a sleeping giant. People of faith want nothing to do with Holocaust deniers. People of faith want nothing to do with out of the closet, full-throated Jew haters. People of faith want nothing to do with individuals who try to steal our faith, Christianity, and use it to advance the causes of the Islamists, use it to advance anti-Americanism, use it to attack the greatest generation and the victories in World War II. We're not putting up with this. We're not tolerating this. None of us. You don't trash Christians and Jews and American soldiers on the battlefield in World War II. You don't make excuses for Hitler and smear Churchill. You don't platform Holocaust deniers and sympathize with Qatar and Iran and Putin and think that you represent the people of the United States. Hell, that's not Trump. That's not Reagan. That's sick. That is sick. Charlie Kirk was a great young man. You see a lot of people talking about Charlie Kirk. I probably knew him better than most because he came to me before there was this big Turning Point USA. And I've used this platform to promote a lot of young conservatives, including Ben Shapiro. Dan Bongino, not as young as the others, same thing. And I can go through a long list because that's what I do. That's what I believe. When I see smart people, when I see motivated people who can help save the country, who write, who think, who speak well, I support them. I'm not jealous. I don't tear them down. I don't look to sabotage their careers. I look to help them because that's what I do. Because one day I won't be here either. All of us are going somewhere at some point, right? But I'll be damned if after fighting in the Reagan Revolution, in the Tea Party movement, I'll be damned if they're fighting for the Constitution and Convention of States. I'll be damned if you and me fighting for Donald Trump's election fiercely If I'm going to surrender the future of this country to neo-Nazis, to Marxists, to Islamists, to Jew haters, to Christian haters, to American haters, whether they're dressed up on the right or the left, whether they're wearing a kippah or a suit, it doesn't much matter to me. And they are going to feel our wrath. It's just a matter of time. Because they're pissed off red-blooded Americans who love their country, love their faith, and love their fellow Americans. I'll be right back.
Mud Lovin'. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Mike.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Afternoon traffic ride in the DMV's got Fairfax County jammed on the inner loop of the Beltway between the Dulles Toll Roads 267 and the 270 spur, adding a dime +2. Inner loop traffic also dealing with jammed traffic reports in Springfield between the 95 Springfield interchange and Gallows Roads exit 51. Reports also this update with jammed traffic in East Potomac Park, northbound on 395 and 14th Street through the 3rd Street Tunnel with congested traffic. I'm Dr. Gavin Montgomery, now from Garage Door Repair.com, WMAL, Storm Watch 7 forecast.
Tonight, mostly cloudy with storms possible, lows around 66. Tomorrow, partly sunny with highs in the lower 80.
The Mega Millions jackpot is getting mega huge. Head to your favorite New York lottery retailer and grab a ticket today for your chance at a massive win. Currently over $200 million. Good luck, New York. Please play responsibly.
It's sunshine savings at Widget Auto Sales, the used car leader. Plenty of late model vehicles with low miles on the lot right now, like a loaded 2016 Lincoln MKX, only $15,999, or a 2020 Acura TLX, beautiful, low miles, just $27,999.
Oh, I'm real fat.
18 Toyota 4
That's real fat.
Would look perfect in your driveway. Hey, the sun is shining at Widget Auto Sales on out of Washington Street, and see them online at widgetautosales.com, the used car leader.
Life is unpredictable, but preparing for the unexpected shouldn't be. Take ownership of your life planning with Policy Genius to help your loved ones have a financial safety net in case something happens to you. They offer life insurance policies starting at just $276 a year for $1 million in coverage. Don't wait for life to make other plans. Protect your family today. Head to PolicyGenius.com. That's PolicyGenius.com.
This week on Celeb News, Hollywood's newest posse. It's DirecTV's Genre Packs. Curated collections of your favorite channels and streaming apps together. Check out The Bad Boy, My Sports, The Heartthrob, Mi Español, and The Hot One, My Entertainment, with Disney Plus, Hulu, and HBO Max included. Starting at just $29.99 a month for the first 2 months. It's DirecTV like you've never seen it. New residential customers. Auto renews monthly. Price higher in 3rd month. Cancel anytime. Apps vary by patent. Price may vary for 3rd parties. Credit card and restrictions apply. 18 plus. See details at directtv.com/genrepass.
But I don't want to get a flu shot.
You don't want to get the flu again. It's just a teensy little poke.
Hi guys, I know you don't like needles, so I brought Fuzzy.
What is that?
It's a device that uses vibration and ice to help take the sting out of shots.
See, hun, that wasn't so bad.
Wait.
Maddie, why are you even here? Why did I give you a wrench, Maddie? How the fuck did Matt Galligan get a wrench in my chat? Why the fuck did I give you a wrench? You've had that fucker for a while now.
New customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right. Pick a bet $5, and if it wins, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use all across the app. You can build parlays, bet player props, ride the live lines. Whatever your style is, FanDuel has you covered. The NFL season is here. The only question is, are you ready to play? Visit FanDuel.com/streaming to download the FanDuel app and get started.
21 plus and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE.
I got my little spread right here. I got my recliner, and I have the matching Chase Lounge couch with it right here.
CNN says Trump insults world leaders in annual UN speech. No wonder I liked it so much. 9 a.m. on WMAL.
Gentlemen, there were I believe there was only one thing where Charlie and I disagreed. Only one. And that was on the bombing of the nuclear sites in Iran.
In my bedroom.
I backed the president. It wasn't me convincing the president.
See all my clothes on the love seat?
The cabal opposed him, trashed him, stabbed him in the back. They said it will cause World War III. They said Russia and China and others would intervene. They went on and on and on. They lied. They weren't wrong. They lied because they hate our country. Charlie's not one of them. He was never one of them.
Yeah, you can see my reflection in the TV. There's my big screen I just bought, 65-inch.
And after the president did what he did to tremendous
see the lights down there? That's the new modem and all that, and my little entertainment system.
We don't sit here anymore in fear that they're going to have a nuclear weapon. Because Israel did what it did, and the president of the United States did what he did. He didn't drag us into a war. The president prevented from us being subject to nuclear blackmail in a war. And Charlie texted me afterward and said, you know what? Let's all get behind the president. You were right about that. How about that? That was it. I'll be right back.
Home title theft. It's on the rise, and it's devastating if it happens to you. Listen to the alarming words of an actual home title thief.
I don't need to know your date of birth and social security number. All I have to do is go to public records, create a document, and file that document. And then I can borrow it.
Yeah. Excuse me. That's the beer talking. And I've only drank half of it. Well, see, I'm not a couch surfer. Anytime I'm live, I'm sitting at my desk in that desk chair, or I'm sitting in this chair, usually at my desk. I can't sit on the couch and do this because then I want to lay down and relax. Fucking lay my head down. Now, MPD, what are we talking there? Not following you, Tom. In other words, I'm clueless. That something Levin's talking about?
Gary Zakon and himself in the process. Charging documents say
Pretty dead at your chat there, Acid.
And I won't do it again. Dyson Jr.'s attorneys asked to be released so he can go to school.
You see, Tassie Joe finally gave up.
More than probable cause in the case. Also breaking this hour and about face from President Trump when it comes to the war in Ukraine. After meeting with President Volodymyr Zelensky.
Must be JC went live.
Mr. Trump said he thinks that Ukraine's in the position to fight and win the war and all of its land back from Russia with the EU's help. Fox's Brett Baer asked Zelensky minutes ago if he was surprised to hear that.
Oh, yeah. Tassie went straight to JC's. Let's see. 31 minutes ago. I've been live 57 minutes.
This week on Sports News, football's newest star ain't no rookie. It's DirecTV. They make it easy to find your pro and college teams across live TV and streaming apps.
So JC's live. Yeah. Same old players. Not really much going on. Oh, they're crying about me, that's for sure. Hannah's saying my name.
I don't want to get a flu shot.
You don't want to get the flu
Which Hannah is fucking from Australia, like Tossie Joe is. I'm reading your chat, JC. Angie and then that Mark, Lucius Mark. That fucking guy talks in one tone. Wow. Fucking romper room. There's Lord Vader in JC's chat. Lord Vader can't survive without JC. Just another one. Same thing with Wigan.
If you're dreaming of home ownership, Northern will help you get into your new home in 3 clicks of your heels. Getting approved is quick and easy, and with our meet or beat rate guarantee, you know you're getting the lowest rate possible. Our team.
Oh, okay. Yeah, multiple personality.
Personalized service and support every step of the way. Click your heels, or just call or text, because at Northern, there's no place like home. Northern Credit Union. Mortgage magic in the real world. Call or text 315-78.
There's a connection between logical fallacy and Alpesh Patel and Whippermantle. Whippermantle was right in with DA and Logical and all of them. I don't know what your deal is, Petro Papadiklis. But if you support Logical, then you're not very bright. You're really not very. That's not really smart. I don't tell people what to do.
From unsolved mysteries to unexplained phenomena, from comedy gold to relationship fails, Amazon Music's got the most ad-free top podcasts, included with Prime. Download the Amazon Music app today. Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because, let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. X Boom.
Mark Levin, tough as hell.
That's why I like Mark Levin. And I'm not sure a lot of people like him. He's tough as hell. But I like him. I love him.
Call in now. 877-381-3811.
Where have all these great people been during the battles you and I have fought against the Republican establishment over the decades? These people in their late 40s, 50s, 60s, where have they been? What have they done to earn anybody's trust or favor? They don't even back our sitting president, Donald Trump. Wow. They don't back him. They don't support what he does with Israel, with Iran. It's okay to have a difference of opinion with the president, but at a time of war, when he decides to attack nuclear sites, you give aid and comfort to the enemy? It's okay to criticize him over foreign policy issues, domestic policy issues. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about giving aid and comfort to the enemy, to Putin, a KGB assassin, a genocidal maniac, to Iran, to Hamas. That's not us. That's not you and me. You go to any diner in this country, in any neighborhood in this country, with any race. They don't believe this. Red-blooded Americans. Red-blooded Americans. I think the more people who move to their faith, Christianity, Judaism, and other faiths.
I guess I'm a Christian.
That have gone through the Reformation.
I'd have to say I'm a Christian.
And other faiths.
I guess that's my
That
religion.
embrace the
If it's a
Enlightenment.
religion. It's actually,
The stronger we
when
are,
you say religion, it means
the clearer
principles.
things become.
Life's principles. Thou shalt
The
not
Bible
kill
across the country are a
or
great
murder. It's okay to kill if it's
That's
just,
not
you
these
know,
people. They're grifters.
killing a deer because you want a sandwich.
What have they ever done for their church? What have they ever done, period? The Tea Party movement, where were they? They were nowhere. Nowhere. Some of them were, oh, I'm wrong about that. Oh, they were in TV. Or they were writing for a magazine. See, I do things differently behind this microphone. I'm an activist. I'm mission-oriented. Because that's what I do. I didn't even seek to become a radio host or a TV host. That's all these people have ever done, sat on their fat asses. And they've gone from being conservatives to neoconservatives to paleoconservatives, now to sympathizers with Islamists and Marxists and Jew haters. They've been on the big networks, they've been on other cable channels, and now they're out on their own, you see, because they're really entrepreneurs. They have figured out they need a niche. The crazier their asses are, the more people will follow them. But not enough. Not we the people. We the people. The policemen and the firefighters. Men and women in the military and veterans. The plumbers and the electricians, the truck drivers.
All part of the same team.
The long list of people who make this country work. We're a special breed. We've seen their lights come. And their
That's what
lights
makes
go.
us exceptional. Doesn't mean that we think we're better, but we do things better.
And we will be responsible for ensuring that they never have the power that they seek. More and more people are speaking out now. More and more people have had enough. You want to ensure the permanent power of the Islamist Marxists?
Thank you.
The Democrat Party that hates this country, that seeks to destroy this country, that you get behind these people. Get behind them. Get behind the Carlsons and the Kellys and the Owens and all the other reprobates and miscreants. Go ahead, get behind them. You'll be on the wrong
I
side
don't
of
know.
it.
A lot
You
of
should.
kings, they didn't live a good
should.
life. Some of them, they got fucking captured, tortured,
I
hung,
wasn't sure. I've never been a fan of this.
dragged.
This gentleman who writes for the New York Post and Mediaite, wrote for National Review. And
That's
so
why
forth and
Jesus
so on.
Christ died on the cross.
But I got to give credit where credit is due. And that's what I do.
There's no better symbolism than that right there
Apart
about
from his slap
humanity.
against Donald Trump, which
I'd rather believe that I come from divinity than that I come from an
guys
ape.
can't seem to get over. Others too, about 2020.
God's got to be in our image somehow.
He says, what will follow President
You
Trump's
know,
reign over
why
his
would he
party is
create
yet to be
us?
seen. It's true that Trump has flouted longstanding conservative orthodoxy on trade and certain foreign policy issues. Yet much of his agenda could have been advanced by any number of Republicans.
You don't
who
dare
ran against him in
debate me, Wiggin.
2016
You
and
really don't.
2024. Trump's popularity and unique hold over his party is attributable largely, they're not solely,
You think the fucking
There's
Rothschilds
one
run the
of a kind
banks in the
personnel,
United States?
which endeared him to
He got
millions long
fucking
before he ever
DA.
ran for office.
Oh, Billy said
The
there's not a
ideological
Rothschild
meaning of his
bank where he
rise
is.
still up for debate.
You guys are
I've argued that
fucking,
he's one of the most
you're fucking
conservative presidents
morons.
we've ever had.
You're
With serious
wannabes.
exceptions, but so what? And that means, he writes, as Fox News' Mark Levin observed,
Really
on
makes
Monday,
me
that
fucking wonder what you
2028,
did before
in
the
Trump's
internet come
retirement
along.
from presidential politics, will be a bloody,
I know what I was
epic-shaking
doing.
war for the soul of the GOP.
I
And he
could have
quotes
went
me in
on
my
the
book,
internet when it first came out
gearing
in
up for a massive political battle in
1996.
2028 within the GOP. We will see who turns out the most votes.
I
and
was
who
friends
builds
with
the
a guy
strongest
that
coalition.
was
Then there's
on
the
Chamber
general
of
election.
Commerce in
Cannot be won
Alexandria
without
Bay.
us. That means you in this audience. We constitutional conservatives, who were crucial in the Reagan coalition, the Tea Party.
His son was a
convention of
bigwig
states
at
in Reagan,
Aquasasni
will
Motel
awaken
and
like never
Casino.
before. You know, ladies and gentlemen, the podcasters out there who've
Still
never
is,
bent
I think.
a finger in the name of victory and freedom domestically.
My friend Clark died, though. Heart
They've done
failure.
nothing.
Quite a while ago.
And we will be heard
I told
from
him
one
quit
end of the
smoking
country
cigarettes.
to the other. We've had enough of the grifters and the neo-Nazis, the Marxists and the Islamists, and their patsies and lapdogs in the media and politics. They're destroying our country. They reject Trump and Reagan and our founding, and we reject them. And Isaac Shore writes, he's right. This conflict,
JC
unlike
certainly
so many
has a
fought over the last
personality
decade, will not be
disorder.
about
That is
Trump,
a fact.
even his legacy. Both Levin and his
It's
intra-party
because she
enemies,
doesn't have a
perhaps best
personality.
exemplified
She's
by
about as
former Fox
interesting
News
as a
colleague.
hemorrhoid.
What a Fox News colleague. I never really knew
Or a
Tucker
Fisher.
Carlson when I was at Fox. Never socialized with the guy. Never
Fisher's
shook his
not
hand,
good.
never
You don't
saw
want a
his face.
Fisher.
My Fox News colleague. And frequent sparring partner Tucker Carlson are agreed, at least publicly, he writes, on Trump's merits. Now, this war is poised to be fought over the fundamental rather than the fleeting. The years leading up to and especially since his dismissal from Fox, Carlson has championed a nihilistic brand of right-wing politics that bears little resemblance to pre-2016 conservatism and increasingly diverges from Trump's worldview as well. That's a fact. His Republican Party would be more bitter, less conservative than Reagan's GOP, as well as more conspiratorial and vindictive than Trump's. Behind every act or event, Carlson sees nefarious forces, usually Jews, pulling the strings. He promotes an inauthentic, self-serving Christianity used as a vehicle for advertising his own victimhood of Jews' villainy. America itself, by his telling, is both the world's principal victim and villain, a country that should step aside and allow its competitors a turn at the helm, for its own good, of course. Propagandizes on behalf of malicious actors across the globe, from Soviet wannabes to modern slave states to death to America chanting jihadists. He entertains the very painful branded 9/11 conspiracy theories he once excoriated. Cultural victories achieved by conservatives at home are downplayed. Fatalism over losses is automatic. His party, in other words, is one that is not just less likely to win, but would do immense damage to not just the country state at home and standing abroad, but its very character should it prevail. He will destroy the Republican Party for decades. That's what he'll do. For decades. I'm no fan of the Republican establishment. I was fighting it when he was in the Republican establishment, ladies and gentlemen. I was fighting neocons when his father was a neocon. And by the way, a very nice man. In 2028, this party will no doubt be represented in the primary contest by Vice President J.D. Vance, whom Carlson has already identified as his horse, has emerged as leading purveyor of Carlson's ideas within the Trump administration. He will enjoy the advantage of entering the race as Trump's sitting right-hand man and natural successor. On the other side, there is tenuous but potentially powerful coalition waiting to be formed. The Trump years fractured the Reaganite wing of the GOP, some of which claims Trump as the Gipper's natural successor, the rest of which views Trump as a violent departure from him. Just telling you what he's writing. There's no longer any room for such fractures. The president is lame duck. Over the next 3 years, he will do good and bad, he writes, and perhaps good or bad, depending on which group you belong to. Inevitably, President Trump will continue to loom over and wield great power. At 82, he'll be term limited, and the largest footprint he'll have left on the Republican Party will be tonal rather than ideological. For those who recognize Carlson and his cohort for what they are, this will be the last opportunity to come together to stop them. Prior differences over Trump or any picayune dispute cannot be allowed to stand in the way of this all-important objective. Because as Carlson demonstrated so vividly at Sunday's memorial for Charlie Kirk, it's not just those they hate that stand to suffer if the nihilists come on top. During a nationally televised celebration of his friend's life, Carlson took the time to wink at the dregs of society by making a comparison between Charlie and Jesus, both of whom he implied had been murdered by Jews. To describe Carlson's words is to be shocked by them. The assassination of a friend and the sacrifice of God's only Son, both reduced in a matter of a few breaths to fuel for an ancient evil, is a soul-destroying act, one that articulates the stakes of 2028 better than anyone else ever could. It won't just be a war for the soul of a movement, but a spiritual one with the survival of real individual souls online. And this is what he writes as his opinion. Look, I don't run the world. I don't run the country. I can only say what I believe and what I think. As a red-blooded American, as a nation that we, the people who work hard and pay the taxes, the people who built this country, and our parents and our grandparents who built this country, who fought for this country, who went to war for this country. I am not going to allow a handful of Lilliputians, of miscreants, of grifters grab the reins without a battle. We've talked about this before. When you look at most revolutions around the world, Marxist revolutions, fascist revolutions, they're led by a minority. I don't mean an ethnic minority, I mean a minority in terms of numbers. Not the majority, a minority. I am mindful of this. I am mindful of this. What they don't understand is we love our country. What they don't understand is we love our fellow Christians and Jews and others, of other religious faiths who embrace our country. We're not at war with them. They're our neighbors. They're our friends. We're not the Islamists. We're not going to turn Christianity into the mindset of the Islamists. We're not going to turn Judaism into the mindset of the Islamists. We're capitalists and entrepreneurs. We're not Marxists or quote-unquote democratic socialists. And yet, the people who I describe, and more, they're not of the right. They sound like they're of the left. When I come back, I want to deal with this Jimmy Kimmel crap, too. I've been grinding my teeth as he turns into Rosa Parks or Mahatma Gandhi. This fat, slob, Democrat hack who they're rapping in free speech when Charlie Kirk was murdered, assassinated for speaking. And he mocked his assassination by essentially claiming that the people who support and love Kirk were behind it. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
WMAL traffic this update.
You really shouldn't try to stop other people from speaking, especially by shooting them. Not right.
Still jammed as far back as
just not right.
Landover Road, adding a dime plus 2. That jams traffic with authorities and EMS on the scene. Prince George's County's Riverdale is below speed on the BW Parkway northbound. Moderate congested traffic reported between 410 and 197 with often on congestive traffic. I'm Dr. Gavin Montgomery. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Storm Watch 7 forecast.
Tonight, mostly cloudy with storms possible, lows around 66. Tomorrow, partly sunny with highs in the lower 80s.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
But I don't want to get a flu shot.
You don't want to get the flu again. It's just a teensy little poke.
Hi guys, I know you don't like needles, so I brought Fuzzy.
What is that?
It's a device that uses vibration and ice to help take the sting out of shots.
See, hun, that wasn't so bad.
Wait, you did it already?
Yep, Fuzzy helps. And Kinney is the only pharmacy that has him.
I'm going to tell everyone I know.
Great. They can schedule online at KinneyDrugs.com.
This week on Sports News, football's newest star ain't no rookie, it's DirecTV. They make it easy to find your pro and college teams across live TV and streaming apps so you never miss a moment. And with access to your game stats and scores in one place, it's good. It's DirecTV like you've never seen it. Visit DirecTV.com today. Internet-connected Gemini device and separate subscriptions required. New residential customers auto-renews monthly. Cancel anytime. Equipment lease required. Unreturned device fees apply. Credit card restrictions apply.
Ah, the Florida coast. Vrbo has over 57,000 exclusive vacation homes on the Florida coast that Airbnb wishes they had. That's 57,000 exclusive perfect sunsets for your team to miss because they're on their phone. 57,000 exclusive patios where Grandpa can man the barbecue in his Kiss Me, I'm Flamus apron. 57,000 exclusive hideouts to gleefully ignore your email. Make it a Vrbo for your next Florida coast trip.
On top of first-class care, you will never receive a bill. The only thing we had to worry about was just keeping Azalea comfortable. St. Jude saved her life.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-959-3388. That's 800-959-3388.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
Making sense of your world.
There are a lot of things that really tick me off.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news. Chris Planet, weekdays 9 to noon on 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
I've posted 3 times in the Jimmy Kimmel farce. Let me underscore what I've last said. This Kimmel suspension was never a battle over free speech or government control of speech. He was initially dropped because he's a loathsome punk who made a highly inappropriate comment about the political assassination of Charlie Kirk. It is Charlie Kirk who was murdered because of his speech. It was Charlie Kirk who was murdered to silence him. Did Kimmel talk about any of that? No. Instead, he lied. He blamed Kirk's supporters for his murder. Certain types of speech do have consequences. Employers can and do fire employees for things they say. Each case and circumstance needs to be examined on its own. But there's no broad brush corporate immunity for Kimmel, as some seem to suggest. What happened was that ABC initially dropped him because of the immediate backlash and revulsion at Kimmel. Affiliates dropped the show. None of the broadcast companies are required to carry his show. The chairman of the FCC had no role in any of it, no matter what he said or when he said it. So there's no First Amendment at issue, no government intervention, despite the best efforts to concoct one. Now, ABC's Democrat boss, Iger, who's all but destroyed Disney, he's bringing Kimmel back, not because of some massive pressure from the White House, and they're going to keep sucking. He will remain an awful host. The two largest affiliate companies are not going to air him. They just announced it. So there's no financial reason or incentive for his return. On the contrary, he's being brought back because he's a liberal propagandist loved by the Democrat Party hacks and the pressure they brought on ABC. Let's be clear. We're constitutional conservatives who believe in free speech. It's crucial to countering the government and those in power. It's crucial to sharing information so we can all make decisions as a people. I've written about it often, including in my current book, an entire chapter on power. Every true patriot should believe in it and defend it, and all of you do. This has nothing to do with that, nothing. Indeed, it's twisted to argue that Kimmel, who used his national corporate network platform to lie about the assassination of Charlie, is a victim of anything but his own hatred and narcissism. If ABC had stuck to its original decision and kept him off the network, he would have many avenues to continue to spew his poison. Nobody's stopping him. But it's like me saying, hey, ABC News doesn't platform me. They're violating my free speech. How stupid would that be?
This week on Sports News, football's newest star ain't no rookie, it's DirecTV. They make it easy to find your pro and college teams across live TV and streaming apps so you never miss a moment. And with access to your game stats and scores in one place, it's good. It's DirecTV like you've never seen it. Visit DirecTV.com today. Internet-connected Gemini device and separate subscriptions required. New residential customers auto-renews monthly. Cancel anytime. Equipment lease required. Unreturned device fees apply. Credit card restrictions apply.
Here at the Zebra, research shows the average person would rather endure a root canal than search for auto and home insurance.
Just try to relax.
Or be trapped in a car for 8 hours with toddlers on a sugar high. Or remove a nest of irate hornets. That's why the Zebra searches for you, comparing over 100 insurance companies to find savings no one else can. Compare today at thezebra.com. We do the searching, you do the saving. I think I'll wait inside.
But I don't want to get a flu shot.
You don't want to get the flu again. It's just a teensy little poke.
Hi guys, I know you don't like needles, so I brought Fuzzy.
What is that?
It's a device that uses vibration and ice to help take the sting out of shots.
See, hun, that wasn't so bad.
Wait. Ready?
Yep, Fuzzy helps. And Kenny is the only pharmacy that has him.
I'm going to tell everyone I know.
Great. They can schedule online at kennydrugs.com.
When you get hurt at work, Carruthers and Clough goes to work for you. They're researching, interviewing, gathering facts, and doing all they can to help you get back on your feet. They work and you recover. You can focus on getting healthy and returning to work because Carruthers and Clough are doing the hard work for you. Ask a friend, ask your family. Who would they call for help with workers' compensation? Carruthers and Clough. Go to nylawcc.com and contact Carruthers and Clough. We work, you recover.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station.
Making sense of the news.
News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 7. I'm Heather Curtis. Breaking this hour, some bad news for drivers in Montgomery County. The county signed a contract with a global company to add 140 new speed cameras and 76 red light cameras. They'll include portable cameras that can be moved as needed, fixed pole cameras in school zones, and red light cameras throughout the county. Montgomery County Police say traffic safety data was used to determine which locations have a lot of speeders and crashes. The cameras are part of the county's Vision Zero plan, which aims to stop all serious and fatal crashes by 2030. Camera installation will start next month. President Trump reacting after his would-be assassin Ryan Ruth was found guilty on all charges today.
Justice was served, and we'll see what happens.
U.S. Marshals had to restrain Ruth as the charges were being read after he tried to stab himself in the neck with a pen. He'll learn his fate at sentencing in December. He faces the potential of multiple life sentences. An illegal immigrant from El Salvador is now charged with murdering his 8-month-old sister, who died early this morning after Leesburg police say he choked her last Tuesday. Police responded to the home on Hancock Place Northeast that morning for a report of a baby who wasn't breathing. The little girl was rushed to the hospital but died just after midnight this morning. Alvaro Mejia Ayala has been held without bond since his arrest hours later. Chief Thea Pernod.
Above all, our focus remains on this child, her life, her family, and the justice that they deserve.
ICE put a detainer on Ayala, who'd been arrested for reckless driving last year and released by local police. A 24-year-old woman fought for her life while being attacked and robbed just before 6 this morning on the University of the District of Columbia's Van Ness campus. Police say a man approached her from behind, choked her, tackled her to the ground, and slammed her head into the pavement. She punched him before he ran off with her phone. The victim refused medical treatment. The search is on for the attacker. This is President Trump declared victory following his federal law enforcement surge in D.C., telling the UN General Assembly today.
Washington, D.C. is now a totally safe city again, and I welcome you to come. In fact, we'll have dinner together at a local restaurant, and we'll be able to walk. We don't have to go by an armor-plated vehicle.
Some slammed the president for his venture out to eat a few blocks from the White House last month because he rode there in his armored limo. If any world leaders take him up on that offer, they may not be able to use a streetery. They're about to largely go away 5 years after the pandemic started, thanks to expansive and expensive rules the city put in place for them. They include requiring higher design standards and a new public space fee. Billy Martin with Martin's Tavern tells 7 News it's worth it.
It's the lifeblood of our business.
Kristen Barden, who runs an Adams Morgan Business Group, is concerned.
Initiative 82 and some of those increased labor costs, it's been very expensive to staff them.
The new rules take effect at the end of November. The ink is still wet on the new development deal at the RFK site, and we're already seeing our first delay in the project.
The new Commander Stadium should be good to go as scheduled by 2030, but some of the first housing and commercial buildings to surround it will be delayed, and you have DC Council Chair Phil Mendelson to thank or blame for it. Mendelson tells Axios he has rejected the idea of exempting those parcels from going through the zoning process on the advice of legal counsel. He says that could add a couple of years to the timeline. While some buildings could open a year or two after the stadium, the process could push the final build-out of the project well into the 2040s. John Matthews on WMAL and WMAL.com.
Traffic and weather next.
But I don't want to get a flu shot.
You don't want to get the flu again. It's just a teensy little poke.
Hi guys, I know you don't like needles, so I brought Fuzzy.
What is that?
It's a device that uses vibration and ice to help take the sting out of shots.
See, hun, that wasn't so bad.
Wait, you did it already?
Yep, Fuzzy helps. And Kinney is the only pharmacy that has him.
I'm going to tell everyone I know.
Great. They can schedule online at KinneyDrugs.com.
This week on Celeb News, Hollywood's newest posse. It's DirecTV's Genre Packs. Curated collections of your favorite channels and streaming apps together. Check out The Bad Boy, My Sports, The Heartthrob, Mi Español, and The Hot One, My Entertainment, with Disney Plus, Hulu, and HBO Max included. Starting at just $29.99 a month for the first 2 months. It's DirecTV. Never seen it. New residential customers. Auto renews monthly. Price higher in 3rd month. Cancel anytime. App scurry by pack. Price may vary for 3rd parties. Credit card and restrictions apply. 18 plus. See details at directtv.com/genrepacks.
The WNBA playoffs are here, and the heat is on.
I just seen a mosquito.
Every moment counts. Bet on your favorite teams and stars with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the WNBA. DraftKings puts you in the action with player props, live betting, parlays, odds boosts, and more. And for a limited time, all new DraftKings customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code HEART for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly.
Might lay down, relax.
In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. 21 plus, age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Fees may apply in Illinois, void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
Now from the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
There's a mosquito right there.
Traffic in Urbana reporting an accident northbound on I-270 just after Maryland's Route 80 at exit 26. Reports say that accident, now moved to that right shoulder, has expected delays in that section of Frederick County. Reports this update in Laurel also has slow movement southbound on the BW Parkway. Southbound traffic dealing with that moderate nuanced traffic between the 11th Street Bridge over to East Capitol Street. I'm Dr. Gavin Montgomery. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Storm 17 forecast.
A couple of showers and a rumble of thunder possible over the next couple of hours. Slated to mainly storm chances will diminish and temperatures will drop back into the 60s. Heading into the day tomorrow, a lot of cloud cover, low 80s, hardiness, and the chance for some afternoon showers and sun. I'm 72 meteorologist by Vandergraft in the First Alert Weather Center.
Right now, 77 degrees in Washington. I'm Heather Curtis of WMAL.
On 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Mark Levin.
Welcome back, America. Numbers 877-381-3811, 877-381-3811. President is unbelievable. He's always been good, whether for you and this guy guts or what? 26 people, some of them are destroying their countries. Goes after Britain, goes after Putin. This is what I mean. These people who claim to be MAGA and claim to represent, they're on the opposite sides of Donald Trump. Completely opposite side. In so many respects. I don't know where to begin here. Mr. Producer did a good job of pulling these clips together. Well, let's start here. Here's the president at the UN this morning. Cut 5, go.
As everyone knows, I have also been deeply engaged in seeking a ceasefire in Gaza. Have to get that done. Have to get it done. Unfortunately, Hamas has repeatedly rejected reasonable offers to make peace. We can't forget October 7th, can we? Now, as if to encourage continued conflict, some of this body is seeking to unilaterally recognize a Palestinian state. The rewards would be too great for Hamas terrorists for their atrocities. This would be a reward for these horrible atrocities, including October 7th, even while they refuse to release the hostages or accept a ceasefire. Instead of giving to Hamas and giving so much, because they've taken so much, they have taken so much. This could have been solved so long ago. But instead of giving in to Hamas's ransom demands, those who want peace should be united with one message: release the hostages now. Just release the hostages now.
When's the last time you've heard the phony influencers say that? They never say it. They don't even believe it. They don't even spend time on it. Instead, they trash Netanyahu and Israel, and directly and indirectly the President of the United States. These are his policies. His policy. He doesn't have to be persuaded of his policies. He knows what his policies are. Crazy. President in the Oval Office on Friday. The usual questions. Listen carefully. Cut 9, go.
On Gaza, the UN concluded this week that Israel committed genocide in Gaza. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I haven't seen that. I'm looking at it, but did anybody commit genocide on October 7th? What do you think about that? That was genocide at the highest level. That was murder, genocide. You can call it whatever you want. Little babies were chopped in half. Arms were cut off people. Heads were cut off people. That's genocide. That's genocide also, I guess, right?
And how many of the phony influencers, the fake MAGA, have looked at that 40-some minute video? None of them. Not one of them. Not one of them. And they disagree with the president on this too. Well, the president of the United States and the UK last Thursday, with this quizzling of a phony prime minister, this guy Starmer, hated by his people. He's got like 15% or less popularity, destroying his country with this rampant immigration. Islamists pouring into people who've been to London. I haven't been to London in a long time, but when we used to go to London, it was beautiful. You could walk at 3 a.m. I'm told it's completely different. Looks like the third world, and you take your life into your own hands. This is what I'm told. Shocking. And I posted some, you have some white Christian Brits saying, what's happened to our country? Those people are carrying a Palestinian flag, and they're arrested on the spot. Did you see that, Mr. Producer? They're arrested on the spot for incitement. On the spot. I forget the guy's name, Tommy Robinson. Isn't he one of the leaders of this nationalist movement in Britain? They try and turn this man into a racist. He's not a racist. He's trying to defend his country, its culture. You have people coming into Britain, like in the United States, like into France, like into most of Europe, like into Canada, who seek to destroy the Western culture and replace it. Not assimilate into it, but to destroy it. That's what they're doing. And we see it with our own eyes. We hear it with our own ears. I've been posting like a madman the last week or so you could see the worst of the worst. It's, as far as we know, it's the worst of the worst. It's stunning. Just like when Biden was staring into space or bumping his head and then, don't believe your eyes. That's all. That's what the media wants you to believe now. That's what these phony, fake MAGA podcasters want you to believe. They don't even talk about this stuff. They don't even criticize it because many of them are on the payroll. That's why. That's right, I said it. Or their friends are on the payroll. That's right. Or they had loans or business deals subsidized or saved by the states that promote this Islamism. Check it out yourself. You don't have to rely on me. Go ahead. Take a look. Enjoy. This guy Starmer. There's the President of the United States. Again, making a definitive, unequivocal statement that some people in his own administration don't agree with. That these fraudulent, grifter, so-called influencers certainly don't agree with because they never talk about it. And they're never going to. Instead, America sucks, Jews suck, most Christians suck because they don't practice their faith like we do. And these are sick people, you understand. Cut 10, go.
We have to remember October 7th, one of the worst, most violent days in the history of the world.
Because he looked at that video. He looked at it. That was pieced together from those cameras that these barbarians, these subhumans, had on their heads and were carrying with them as they gang raped, as they butchered, as they tortured, as they decapitated, as they burned people alive, as they did all these things. He saw it. Our networks won't play them. It's so bad, but they should. If you don't want to watch, then don't watch. They should play it. They should play it. Instead, we get phony pictures in the New York Times and the Guardian and the rest of the Al Jazeera Western press. Go ahead.
Well, then I got to see the tapes, and I wish I didn't see them, actually. but I got to see them. And I want an end. I want the hostages released. And I think it's going to be okay. But it has been a brutal period of time. But this has been going on for a long time. This is not something that's over the last year, 2 years. But this has been for decades and decades. But we want it to end. We have to have the hostages back immediately. That's what the people of Israel want. They want them back. And we want the fighting to stop. And it's going to stop. But a lot of bad things. You know, Hamas said that they're going to put the hostages up as bait. They're going to put the hostages in front of any attack. And that's pretty brutal. We haven't heard that one in a long time. So we have to remember that. So I have a disagreement with the prime minister on that score. Okay? One of our few disagreements, actually.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Is he in Israel first term, Mr. Producer? No, his father was a huge friend of the Jews in New York City. His father gave a Jewish community, their Orthodox Jews who were looking for a place, trying to afford a place to build a synagogue. And his father, Fred, gave them a facility, charged them $1 on the contract to make it legal. That synagogue is still there in his honor. He didn't want any big placards or anything else. That was his father. His father and Donald Trump grew up among, obviously, Gentiles, but also Jews, close friends. They understood that they didn't have horns and long tails. He had many friends, as his father did, in the Jewish community, many. And he has them today. He's nothing like these fraudsters, these phonies, these buffoons who give aid and comfort to the enemy of the United States. The enemy of the United States. Nothing like them. This is what he has said. And they disagree with him. And you can't love Donald Trump and love these people too. It's not possible. They speak out of both sides of their mouths. If they had different types of mouths, they'd be speaking out of 10 sides of their mouths. In fact, they talk out of their ass, quite frankly. Peter Doocy to this guy, Starmer. He's not long for this prime ministership. I was talking about this fellow, Tommy Robinson, who led like a 1 million person march last week, the streets of London. Because the people there have had enough of the Islamists. They've had enough of the Marxists. They've had enough of them. They've had enough of the Tlaib types, the Bernie Sanders types, the Tucker Carlson types, the Candace Owen types. They want none of it. None of it. Neither do I. Neither do you. They soil our great country. While this president is trying to make enormous, historic, iconic progress, these people undermine him. Peter Doocy put you to this PM Stormer last Thursday. Cut 11, go.
If you feel so strongly about officially recognizing Palestine for statehood, why are you waiting for President Trump to leave the country? Why can't you just do it right now? And isn't there a risk in rewarding Hamas with that?
Well, let me be really clear about Hamas. They're a terrorist organization who can have no part in any future governance in Palestine. And what happened on October the 7th?
President Trump laughs and pats him on the back. Did you see that, Mr. Producer? Like, okay, you got your propaganda down, but that's not what you're doing. Then we have this guy, Aragon. I'm sure he'll be interviewed next by one of these phony influencers, grifters, because he's an Islamist. And he's in NATO. Brett Barron asked him a very good question. Cut 13, go.
Do you see Hamas as a terrorist organization?
About 20 years ago, when I traveled to the United States, they asked me this question again, and I said this back then. I don't see Hamas as a terrorist organization.
All right, good enough. That's enough. He rambles on. This is a man who destroyed the Turkish democracy. He destroyed their parliament, who took out last week the mayor of Istanbul, who was standing up to him, challenging him, part of the opposition, took him away, accused him of corruption. This is what he does to mayors who don't agree with him. This is what he does to other politicians who don't disagree with him. You may have heard this word, disappear them, that the left likes to use when ICE does the right thing, but this guy really does disappear them. They disappear, never to be seen again. He's a killer. He's been trying to slaughter the Kurds. He's behind the Syrian efforts, ready for this, to murder the Christians. How come Syria, slaughtering the minority population of Christians in Syria, gets no mention by any of these fraudulent influencers? Nothing. They say nothing. When the Israelis are going in trying to protect them, and they're the only ones. In fact, we have an envoy, guy Thomas Barrett. I think that's his name. Barack, I apologize. Yeah, everybody's named Barack. Thomas Barack. He's detestable. He's horrendous. To defend Syria. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news. Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges.
The WNBA playoffs are here, and the heat is on. Every game, every play, every moment counts. Bet on your favorite teams and stars with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the WNBA. DraftKings puts you in the action with player props, live betting, parlays, odds boosts, and more. And for a limited time, all new DraftKings customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code HEART for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. 21 plus, age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Fees may apply in Illinois, void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. The WNBA playoffs are here, and the heat is on. Every game, every play, every moment counts. Bet on your favorite teams and stars with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the WNBA. DraftKings puts you in the action with player props, live betting, parlays, odds boosts, and more. And for a limited time, all new DraftKings customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code HEART for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. 21 plus, age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Fees may apply in Illinois, void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Hi, I'm George, an economics major at Hillsdale College. Here's Hillsdale President Dr. Larry Arnn with the Constitution Minute.
The Declaration of Independence is more than a bold letter to a British king written by upstart colonists, although it very much is that. The Declaration explains the promise of America, that all men and women are born equal in their possession of natural rights, and that the proper exercise of these rights can lead to a full and deeply satisfying life. Just as the Declaration explains America's promise, the Constitution upholds that promise. Its purpose is to protect the rights of all of us, our natural rights. This establishes the possibility, not the guarantee, that we can have a good life. This is true freedom.
To learn more and get a free pocket Constitution, visit constitutionminute.com.
This Constitution Minute
was furnished by Hillsdale College.
Making sense of your world.
Greatly appreciated.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
I love listening to you.
Making sense of the news. WMAL's Vince Colonnese, weekdays at noon on 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
By the way, I meant to point out when I was talking about bombing the nuclear sites in Iran, can you notice how quiet they are? You notice how death to America is not being spewed. But anyway, it wasn't that Donald Trump supported my view. It's that I supported him, where the others did not. 92% of you, MAGA Republicans, supported what Donald Trump did. 92% of you. Does it get any higher than that, Mr. Producer? 92% of MAGA Republicans, you in this audience, backed what Donald Trump did, as did I. They did not. And that's where I have my disagreement with Charlie. But as gentlemen, he wasn't part of that pack. They're not gentlemen and gentle ladies over there. They're vicious and they're vile. That's what they are. That's what they are. Did you know, Mr. Producer? I enjoy a good fight. I always have. Bring it on. Folks, your car provides you freedom. But every mile you drive, it puts at risk a costly breakdown, of course. Don't let an unexpected repair derail your budget. I mean, really send you in the left field. That's why I tell you about CarShield. They help protect hardworking Americans like you from expensive auto repairs. CarShield offers a pay-as-you-go plan. Listen to this is a big deal. It's a pay-as-you-go plan with a true price lock guarantee. Your price is locked in for as long as you cover your car, a guarantee that is invaluable today. Plans include 24-hour roadside assistance, towing, rental, car benefits with qualifying repairs. CarShield is an American company based in St. Louis. And when you call, you speak to a U.S.-based operator. Protect yourself, folks. Get a free quote. Ready for the next fantastic part of this? 20% off at carshield.com/Levin. 20% off at carshield.com/LEVIN. That's carshield.com/LEVIN or call 800-995-4766. Again, 800-995-4766. Tell them Levin sent you. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com. Here's the deal. You get on the phone with them, tell them what your budget is, tell them what you're trying to do, and they will work with you. But they've got these wonderful, wonderful benefits right now. 20% off qualifying plan, and you can lock in your payment for as long as you have the plan. That is a big deal. Check them out again, carshield.com/Levin or 800-995-4766. Guess what? I'll be right back.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-995-4766 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-995-4766. That's 800-995-4766. What do you have to lose? Call 800-995-4766. Again, 800-995-4766.
Prior to the accident, northbound I-395 at the GW Parkway, the delays from Virginia 110, slowing southbound I-395 between the 3rd Street Tunnel and 14th Street. The slowing in the 3rd Street Tunnel going northbound on the approach to New York Avenue. Delays also northbound DC 295 between the 11th Street Bridge and East Capitol Street. The delay southbound between Benning Road and East Capitol Street. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Storm 17 forecast.
Tonight, mostly cloudy with storms possible, lows around 66. Tomorrow, partly sunny with highs in the lower 80.
Too fast, Trevor, too fast.
Here at the Zebra, research shows people would rather teach their kids to drive than search for auto and home insurance.
I know what I'm doing wrong.
Or attend a corporate team building workshop.
Go team, feel that synergy.
Or be regaled by Uncle Frank's conspiracy theories. They're listening to us right now. That's why the Zebra searches for you, comparing over 100 insurance companies to find savings no one else can. Compare today at thezebra.com. We do the searching, you do the saving.
Ah, the Florida coast. Verbo has over 57,000 exclusive vacation homes on the Florida coast. That's 57,000 vacation homes Airbnb wishes they had. Make it a Verbo for your next Florida coast trip.
Ever wish buying a home was as easy as clicking your heels 3 times? At Northern Credit Union, we know there's no place like home. We offer first-time buyer programs with no closing costs, VA, USDA, season, new construction, and many other loan options. If you're dreaming of home ownership, Northern will help you get into your new home in 3 clicks of your heels. Getting approved is quick and easy, and with our meet-or-beat rate guarantee, you know you're getting the lowest rate possible. Our team is here to help you along the yellow brick road to home ownership with honest advice, personalized service, and support every step of the way. Click your heels, or just call or text, because at Northern, there's no place like home. Northern Credit Union, mortgage magic in the real world. Call or text 315-782-0155 or apply online at mynorthern.com. Federally insured, NCUA, equal housing opportunity.
Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because, let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. X Boom.
This was quality stuff, mate.
I love this card, but ITEL is perfect for busy kids like me. It helps me practice everything we do in school. I'm getting ahead in reading and catching up on math. ITEL actually makes it fun. Start learning today at ITEL.com.
So what the fuck do you want
It's
anyway?
sunshine savings at Wizard Auto Sales, the used car leader. Plenty of late model vehicles with low miles on the lot right now, like a loaded 2016 Lincoln MKX, only $15,999, or a 2020 Acura TLX. Beautiful. Low miles, just $27,999. A 2018 Toyota 4Runner, 59,000 miles. Would look perfect in your driveway. Hey, the sun is shining at Wizard Auto Sales on Anna Washington Street. And see them online at wizardautosales.com. The used car leader.
Here at the Zebra, research shows people would rather teach their kids to drive than search for auto and home insurance.
I know what I'm doing wrong.
Or attend a corporate team building workshop. Or be regaled by Uncle Frank's conspiracy theories. They're listening to us right now. That's why the Zebra searches for you, comparing over 100 insurance companies to find savings no one else can. Compare today at thezebra.com. We do the searching, you do the saving.
Because I like to live in this bit. I don't use the bedroom. There's nothing for me
Making
in the
sense of
bedroom.
your world.
I don't live in the bedroom. Sit there
News Talk
and stare at the
105.9
wall. Do you
WMAL.
understand, right?
Making sense of the news. Breaking news and the inside story on 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the
Not
news.
the shit place before this one. The super luxury one. I never use the fucking bedroom. For what? I'll just set my shit up in the fucking thing. Everything's here. Why do I want to sit in the fucking bed? Do you understand? You're welcome.
Now, 877-381-3811. Really, the best sponsors. They really do. When was the last time you bragged about your wireless company? Like, did you know my wireless company gave away 1,000 American flags for deserving vets? AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, they didn't do that. And forgave $10 million in veteran debt? They didn't do that either. Did you know my wireless company raised almost $500,000 to help prevent veteran suicide? Well, they didn't do that either. Your Talk did all these things.
When your wireless company's Pure Talk, there's a whole lot to brag about. It's founded by a veteran. It's based in the United States. American employees. Customer service that spins e-glass. You can even brag about the coverage you get with Pure Talk. A 5G network that's insanely fast, dependable, and secure. And you can definitely brag about how much money you're going to save with Pure Talk. Unlimited talk, text, plenty of data, just $25 a month, saving the average family over $1,000 a year. Isn't this a great company? Seriously, folks. It's time to switch to my favorite wireless company, Pure Talk. Excuse me, cholera. Just dial pound 250, say keyword Mark Levin. Hello. Just dial pound 250, keyword Mark Levin, and save an additional 50% off your first month. Again, pound 250, say Mark Levin, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will help you switch in as little as 10 minutes. Holy mackerel. Pure Talk wireless, worth bragging about. Mackerel. You ever eaten mackerel? Sounds gross to me. You ever eaten mackerel, Mr. Producer? I don't even know what the hell it is. What is it, tiny fish or something? Why do they even say holy mackerel? I say it all the time. I don't even know why I say it. Hello. Probably doesn't matter that much, actually. All right. Spent a lot of time going over a lot of stuff to get through all the crap in order to get, stuff for you. Let's see here. Let's keep moving. So here's this guy, Tommy Robinson, I was talking about. They call him a controversial British activist. Nothing controversial about the man. He speaks the truth. He's trying to defend
Tommy Robinson.
Britain has a great culture.
There you go, Rob.
This is what the radical Islamist scholars, such as they were, wrote about in the
Hope
60s.
you're listening, Rob.
To conquer the West through immigration. And they're doing it. It's not an accident. Tommy Robinson told the Jerusalem Post that he feels Israel is losing a diplomatic battle, but fears Iranian influence in the West. Again, you won't hear this from Catarlson and his acolytes and the people who slobber all over him and follow him around. Isn't it weird? It's like a pack. These 5 or 6. They're like a pack. They show up everywhere together. And the way they write it here, Tommy Robinson has been a deeply divisive figure in British politics since the rise of the English Defence League in the 2010s. His detractors have labeled him a white supremacist and Islamophobe, while his supporters have hailed him as the only person speaking truth to power over mass migration and radical Islam. So why is he an Islamophobe and a white supremacist? Because he wants to defend his country's culture? You can't take in this many people and assimilate them into your system, number one, when most of them don't want to be assimilated, and number two, when the institutions of your culture have been taken over by the radical left-wing Marxists who don't want them to assimilate them into your culture either because they hate your culture. This division is naturally stretched into the British Jewish community. Yet as the crisis of security for the British Jewish community is worsened, in particular since October 7, when anti-Semitism exploded across the UK, more and more British Jews have warmed to the formerly untouchable Tommy Robinson. I warmed to this guy. I warmed to him a lot. Hi, honey. My wife, she goes out like 4 hours ago and runs 10 miles like it's nothing. I don't even think I drove 10 miles today, honey. How do you do this? You love it, and when you come back, you're in a great mood.
Absolutely.
So I say, run 30 miles. Nah, she's the best. The Jerusalem Post sat down with Robinson following the Unite the Kingdom rally. And it's interesting, he's come to the defense of Israel and the Jews. He explained how earlier experiences witnessing the dangers of being Jewish in the United Kingdom gave him an understanding of the community's fear of violence. In one incident, he saw a Jewish family loot his hometown, barricading themselves in the town hall, calling a racist attack. You know, we had Jews barricading themselves, and in cafeterias and dorm rooms and libraries, being assaulted. And you would think that this cabal of fake MAGA influencers would be concerned about this. No. They're on the side of the enemy. They also noted that following this incident, he began to notice that the students of the local Jewish school required additional police protection, which led him to wonder why this community needed special protection while other communities didn't. Robinson says his views on the Jewish community have led to accusations that he's an Israeli agent. Isn't that what I get, Rick? That I'm an Israeli agent. He should register with FARA. You mean I'm an Israeli agent? Sick. Sick. I think he's a Qatar agent. I think that one over there is an Iranian agent. I think that one over there is a Putin Russian agent. I think that one over there is just an a-hole, a schmuck that doesn't know what she's doing. Okay, I said what I had to say. He tied much of the police's failure to protect properly Jewish people to the same failure to protect women from grooming gangs, of which his own relative was a victim. This is why when Robinson visited Israel shortly after the attack, he was shocked to see Jews and Arabs living side by side without violence inside Israel. He told us the idea that an openly Jewish family could have a picnic beside a large gathering of Arab men without incident is eye-opening. Only in Israel. Outside of Israel, the Jews would be murdered. That's the truth. And by the way, any Christian goes into these Palestinian areas, they are likely to come out. They're likely not to come out. You know who pointed that out? Charlie Kirk. In his view, the residents are intentionally being kept in poverty by the Palestinian Authority. This is a fact. In order to generate justification for further donations, which would then be stolen. He said that throughout his whole trip, the people in most connected with were those from the refugees camp who had been abandoned by the people meant to help them. Robinson feels Israel is losing the diplomatic battle. Losing the diplomatic battle. But laments that it is an uphill battle against Qatari and Iranian money, which is flooding into the West, infiltrating social media and academia. Now, how is it that this man says these things? I'm an Israeli, what is it? Whatever they call me, agent. But this man in Britain, who leads a massive movement to protect their country, he says he's accused of being an Israeli agent too, because that's what the Jew haters do. Tommy Robinson in Britain knows it. Mark Levin in the United States knows it. He sharply criticized so-called influencers. This guy, listen to my show, Rich? Who claimed they had converted to Islam as being part of the Qatari propaganda network designed to promote and spread Islam. Israel's losing the battle, he said, pointing to the conspiracy theories in the immediate aftermath of the murder of Charlie Kirk. They claimed Israel had assassinated him as evidence that anti-Semitism has become pervasive throughout the popular culture. Excuse me, cholera. Now, he's right, of course. He's right. He's not a radical. He's not an extremist. He's right. He has the guts to say it. Yep. Just unbelievable. Let's see. I'm not sure about this. I think after the break, I'll just alert people. You have the audio, Mr. Producer, of one of Charlie's big mentors recounting the effort to save his life on the way to the hospital. We do have that, right? It's not a secret. It's been played publicly. And I'd like to play it as well. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
Most people would rather remove a nest of irate hornets than search for auto and home insurance. That's why the Zebra searches for you, comparing over 100 insurance companies to find savings no one else can. Compare today at thezebra.com. I think I'll wait inside.
Pulaski, it's 4th and goal, and Bob Johnson Ford is calling the play. We want your car, and we'll pay you top dollar for it. Don't fumble that trade-in. Score big at 84 Caprera Drive. Whether it's a beater or a beauty, we're ready to make the winning deal. Visit BobJohnsonFord.com and spike that old ride into the end zone. See store for details.
The NFL season is rolling. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code HEART. That's code HEART to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first $5 bet. Plus over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Agent eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Fees may apply in Illinois. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
It's sunshine savings at Widget Auto Sales, the used car leader. Plenty of late model vehicles with low miles on the lot right now, like a loaded 2016 Lincoln MKX, only $15,999, or a 2020 Acura TLX. Beautiful. Low miles, just $27,999. A 2018 Toyota 4Runner, 59,000 miles, would look perfect in your driveway. Hey, the sun is shining at Widget Auto Sales on Anna Washington Street, and see them online at widgetautosales.com, the used car leader.
Ever wish buying a home was as easy as clicking your heels 3 times? At Northern Credit Union, we know there's no place like home. We offer first-time buyer programs with no closing costs, VA, USDA, seasonal, new construction, and many other loan options. If you're dreaming of home ownership, Northern will help you get into your new home in 3 clicks of your heels. Getting approved is quick and easy, and with our meter beat rate guarantee, you know you're getting the lowest rate possible. Our team is here to help you along the yellow brick road to home ownership.
Eating popcorn, Rocky.
Personalized service and support every step of the way.
All done.
Click your heels, or just call or text, because at Northern, there's no place like home. Northern Credit Union, mortgage magic in the real world. Call or text 315-782-0155 or apply online at mynorthern.com. Federally insured, NCUA, equal housing opportunity.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-959-3388. That's 800-959-3388.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
Americans love their credit cards, one of the most secure and hassle-free ways to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. Now, this bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com, paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Making sense of your world.
I agree with you 100%.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
There's a lot of us out there
making sense of the news. WMAL. More than just politics, because laughter is the best medicine. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
Peanut butter cups.
I'm going to defend the Enlightenment, the Reformation, our founding, Judeo-Christian values, the Jewish faith, the Christian faith, other faiths that are of the same attitude and notion of humanity.
They don't make these things like they used to.
Islamists, Marxists, the neo-Nazis, and the grifters who are a little bit of all three, in my humble opinion, and probably something else, for all I know. They're not just on the right, by the way. They are sick bastards on the left. I'm just telling you. You should be demanding of talk show hosts that they start to speak out about this stuff and start to represent your values and your beliefs and your morality rather than hiding like a bunch of scared children. Don't you want hosts who are going to be out front on this?
You got your chocolate in my peanut butter.
Your belief system?
No, you got your peanut butter in my chocolate.
You should tell them. I shouldn't be the only one, or one of a handful, I suppose. I feel like I'm the only one. But we're going to change all that. You and me, we're going to change all this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me ask you something. You worried about your money? You worried about the money in your bank? You worried about your pension money? You know, you should be. Democrats are going to shut down the government. Oh, yeah, they're hell-bent on shutting down the government unless Trump coughs up another $1.5 trillion. So they'll say, well, cut the tax cuts for the billion. This has nothing to do about cutting what was already, it is eliminating what was already cut. These people are nuts. They're Marxists. That's what they are. I told you like a month ago, Mondani is not the base of the Democrat Party. He is the Democrat Party. There are almost no moderates left. Fetterman is like a reptile at the reptile house at the zoo. There are very few of them left. And these so-called liberals are not liberals. They're just not Marxist enough for the true believers. But that's where the party is. It's not the base, it's the party. What it is. And so they're going to shut down the government because we're not spending enough on illegal aliens who aren't even supposed to be here. Think about this. Think about this. So the American people should suffer, if they suffer at all, frankly, from this nonsense. But you get the point. In the name of the illegal aliens. And Washington adds another $1 trillion every 100 days. Did you know that to the debt? Every 100 days.
I've tried every candy bar there is, Rocky.
You know,
I'm a candy freak.
Even the US
always have been.
Aren't the safe haven they used to be. So where am I going with this? Diversification. Diversification. Your savings, you have a 401k, you have an IRA as an example. You don't want to sit there and watch it burn. You want to
remember that chocolate bar that had the bubbles in it? What the hell was the name of that?
That's why I want you to call my friends at Monetary Gold. Monetary Gold, after all these years, we found Monetary Gold. They're the best. Call them today, 877-NOW-GOLD. 877-NOW-GOLD. They'll design a personal game plan for you to help move some of those paper assets into something that's real. Gold, if you like silver. Precious metals don't go to zero.
Remember those candy bars that had the bubbles in them? What was the name of them? I can't think of it.
Call Monetary Gold right now. They're there. 877-NOW-GOLD. 877-NOW-GOLD.
I remember Charleston Chew when that came out. That's a taffy or a toffee. Taffy, actually, not toffee. There's a difference.
877-NOW-GOLD. Performance may vary. Always consult your financial and tax professional before making an investment decision. Oh, yeah.
It's pretty quiet in chat land tonight. As the chats turn, it kind of slowed down a little bit.
Because you're a moron. You're an idiot. There wasn't any government involvement at all. In fact, I say to my conservative friends who are acting like drama queens over this, why? There's no connection between what the chairman of the FCC said and what the market response was. He didn't do anything. He can't either. He's one commissioner. See how this works? Yeah, really quite remarkable. Jake Tapper labels Kimmel's suspension worst things ever. So there's the Biden regime that goes after parents for speaking at school board meetings, that goes after Catholics, calls them extremists, that go after pro-lifers, indict them and imprison them. Right? That put pressure on social media platforms to prevent people who disagree with the vaccines and so forth from having any place to comment on social media. You know, and we can go back to Franklin Roosevelt, the great Franklin Roosevelt, the greatest ever. Used the IRS to shut down the editorial pages of the Philadelphia Inquirer. Back then it was Republican. And
yeah, it was a candy bar that had bubbles in it. I can't remember the name of it.
And then one after the owner of the newspaper for tax fraud, put him in jail for a period of time. That's right. FDR, the great FDR.
It's actually made to suck on.
Well, let me tell you. Because Jake Tapper, he doesn't know these things.
Right, Wiggin?
Used to get a 2-year license for a radio station. Excuse me, caller. 2-year license. Cut it to 6 months. You know why, Mr. Producer? Because he put a political hack in charge of the FCC, or whatever they called it back then. But I think it was the FCC that he created. So they wouldn't criticize him. Free speech, everybody. Free speech. Remember how many times they tried to destroy Rush Limbaugh and Sean and me? Remember how many times they tried to shut down conservative talk radio? Remember all that? The government? The Democrats? Oh, yeah. Remember those Democrats? There's committee members in the House who sent letters to the cable platform companies like Comcast and all. What did they say? Drop Fox. Remember that? Oh, yeah. You remember a single left-wing host on any news outlet, network, cable, newspaper coming to the defense of any of us? No, Jimmy Kimmel. He's Rosa Parks. He's unbelievable. Yes, he's the great civil libertarian of our day. He's a fat slob punk Democrat with a vile attacks people with whom he disagrees. He's not funny. He's another one who lectures us that demonstrates he's in the negative IQ area. I'll be right back.
The WNBA playoffs are here, and the heat is on. Every game, every play, every moment counts. Bet on your favorite teams and stars with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the WNBA. DraftKings puts you in the action with player props, live betting, parlays, odds boosts, and more. And for a limited time, all new DraftKings customers bet $5.
It's not the Arrow bar. What the hell was the name of that chocolate bar? It had bubbles in it.
New customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. when you bet
Used to
$5.
like them.
In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available.
I think we're going to get a thunderstorm.
789-7777.
Been kind of tropical.
CPG.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. 21 plus. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Fees may apply in Illinois. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/.
I think that was Arrow bar. I think that was it. Now the Zero bar is nougat with white chocolate on it. That's a good candy bar. I like that. Zagnut, I like Zagnut. Zagnut and Clark bars. Clark bars they're covered with chocolate. Coconut peanut butter covered in chocolate. Toasted coconut at that.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
He's guilty. Fox News on Tom Regani. President Trump reacted to the guilty verdict against the man who tried to assassinate him last year. Fox's Gernal Scott reports.
President Trump declared not long after Ryan Ruth was found guilty for attempting to assassinate him on his Florida golf course.
Justice was served.
As he sat with Uzbekistan's leader at the UN, the president congratulated U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi and U.S. attorneys in Florida for getting the conviction, and said no one should be targeted politically or otherwise.
You can't let things like that happen. Nothing to do with me, but a president or even a person. You can't allow that to happen.
Ryan Ruth will be sentenced December 18th. He faces life in prison. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
President Trump is changing his negotiating strategy on ending the Russia-Ukraine war, stating that he no longer believes in a land swap and that over time, based on the Russian economy, Ukraine can eventually get all of its land back. Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky tells
Good post.
Fred Bear, this is a welcome change.
I've really count on this. On
Doesn't take much.
Attitude to the territorial question and the question of our sovereignty.
President Trump spoke on the world stage at the UN General Assembly, hitting topics including immigration, the war in Gaza, and Iran's nuclear program.
President Trump began his address to the UN with a critique of the global body, saying it's not living up to its potential.
It's empty words, and empty words don't solve war.
He called for a ceasefire in Gaza, an end to the development of biological weapons, and for Russian President Vladimir Putin to come to the table and end the war in Ukraine.
In the event that Russia is not ready to make a deal to end the war, then the United States is fully prepared to impose a very strong round of powerful tariffs.
Trump also told European countries that immigration and climate change policies are, quote, a double-tailed monster ruining the region.
America's listening to Fox
It
News.
looks like it posted. Yeah. Why, you want me to click on it?
Adult charges for minor. I'm Sharon Reardon from the Novak Motors News Desk. Good evening. The 17-year-old accused of shooting an off-duty DC firefighter over the weekend was arraigned this afternoon and charged as an adult. Marcellus Dyson Jr. is being held without bond at the Youth Services Center since he's a minor. He's accused of shooting Gary Zekian, a firefighter with DC Fire and EMS, late Saturday night. Heads up if your morning commute tomorrow involves 17th Street Northwest through the National Mall.
The National Park Service is closing 17th Street between Constitution Avenue Northwest and Independence.
That's it. Arrow bar. I was right on Arrow bar. It come to mind. That's it right there. I like that candy. That's a good candy bar. I don't know if they still make it or not.
They say the testing's needed to make sure
Probably could get it somewhere. I'm not sure.
Which is made out of aluminum panels between steel posts, can be set up.
I don't do a lot of shopping.
The Potomac River could get high enough to flood.
I go get my food when I need and necessities, and that's it.
And love 'em or hate 'em, an iconic feature of Dulles Airport is sticking around for decades to come.
Washington meets the challenge of the
So yeah, that link works.
The year was 1962. Dulles International Airport in nearby Virginia introduces, among other innovations, mobile lounges based on the revolutionary concept of rolling passengers right up to the plane.
19 of those original lounges remain. Another 30 were built a decade later. They are all scheduled to stay on the job for up to 20 more years. They'll be getting complete overhauls, and with future expansion and passenger growth, the airport's authority says the lounges are still an essential part of the future. John Matthews on WMAL and WMAL.com.
WMAL News Time is 8:04. I'm Sharon Reardon, and now here's your WMAL traffic and weather from the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
In Alerton, the broken down vehicle blocks the central lane of southbound 95 at the US 1 with major congestion southbound 95 between the Fairfax County Parkway and Virginia 123. 7 corners in Fairfax County, westbound Virginia 7 at Patrick Henry Drive. Watch out for the accident. Northbound I-395 jumped up between the Pentagon and the George Washington Memorial Parkway. Now from GarageSaleRepair.com, the WMAL 0.7 forecast.
Tonight, mostly cloudy with storms possible, lows around 66. Tomorrow, partly sunny.
Oh, I was feeling good till now. I was in a good mood till now. Why the fuck you gotta show up?
To GLP-1 weight loss medications. Start in person or online for only $99. Offer ends September 30th. JumpstartMD.com.
Air traffic controllers guide tens of thousands of flights every day, getting passengers and cargo to their destination safely. Aviation professionals always answer the call, but they can't do it alone. We must invest in modern equipment, facilities, and controller staffing. NAPCO, we guide you home.
This ad is brought to you by GSK.
Have you considered starting Ojara momelotinib for your appropriate patients? Review the efficacy of Ojara, including data from our head-to-head trials, Simplify 1 and Momentum, at startojara.com. That's startojara.com.
Ever wish buying a home was as easy as clicking your heels 3 times? At Northern Credit Union, we know there's no place like home. We offer first-time buyer programs with no closing costs, VA, USDA, seasonal, new construction, and many other loan options. If you're dreaming of home ownership, Northern will help you get into your new home in 3 clicks of your heels. Getting approved is quick and easy, and with our meter beat rate guarantee, you know you're getting the lowest rate possible. Our team is here to help you along the yellow brick road to home ownership with honest advice, personalized service, and support every step of the way. Click your heels, or just call or text, because at Northern, there's no place like home. Northern Credit Union. Mortgage match. Call or text 315-782-0155 or apply online at mynorthern.com. Federally insured, NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity.
WMAL. The underground command post, deep in the bowels of a hidden bunker, somewhere under brick and steel of a nondescript building, we've once again made contact with our leader, Mark Levin.
Hello, America. Mark Levin here. The number is 877-381-3811, 877-381-3811. I mentioned in the last hour, I wanted to play for you an audio of a gentleman who was a mentor to Charlie Kirk by the name of Frank Turek.
Never watched
Turek.
it. Never seen The Truman Show. Will
I don't
Durant.
remember what podcast or radio show he was on, or I would tell you, but I want you to take a listen to somebody who went to the hospital with Charlie. I can't really get this out of my mind as I think about what he says, but go ahead.
We're cutting through intersections, we're just beeping the horn. This is not an emergency vehicle. There's no lights. There's none of this. And I go, we got to start CPR. So I try and start that. Now,
It's a little hard to give someone CPR when they're bleeding out their neck.
He wasn't looking at me. He was looking past me right into eternity. He was with Jesus already. He was killed instantly and felt absolutely no pain. That's what I was told later. But of course, we had to try. And by the way, there was just nothing any of us could do about it. We were giving him CPR, but nothing was happening. It wasn't like if we had better first aid or we had better medical facilities or we were faster to the hospital, we could have saved him. We couldn't.
Must have broke his neck.
So if that's any comfort at all, Charlie didn't suffer.
30-06.
He was gone. He was
go right
Jesus,
through your neck.
Absent from the body, present.
It go right through your neck. Exit wound would be far worse than the entrance wound.
Hit the carotid artery right in the neck. I can't look at that video. People have described it. My wife saw it really by accident. It popped up on her screen. She called me weeping, very upset. But apparently it was obvious. He grabbed it with his right hand, and that's the last bit of life that he had in him as he fell backwards. So this was a horrendous assassination. And I think this is part of what makes this so difficult, of course. It would be bad enough if it were a terrible disease or a car accident or something like that, but this was an assassination. And even though death came way too early, obviously, to a fantastic young person and friend, and even people who didn't know him felt he was their friend, the violence of it, the assassination of it is what's really a stomach turn. And that's why what Jimmy Kimmel did was outrageous. And I would say this to some of my conservative friends who view this as an opportunity to prove their support of the First Amendment. Why don't you cut it out? It's nothing to do with the First Amendment. The government wasn't involved. The FCC commissioner didn't do a damn thing. The person who lost his free speech rights forever was Charlie Kirk. Not that phony, fraud, fake Jimmy Kimmel. There's no ratings. These guys act like they're immune. They work for a private company. They can fire them anytime. It's nothing to do with free speech. Look, I can get fired at any time. I won't like it. But it's not a legal issue. It's not a constitutional issue. Well, it could be a legal issue. I do have a contract. But you get the point. I think most people do. But these guys beating their chests like they're civil libertarians for the First Amendment. No, you're not. Nothing to do with the First Amendment. Has nothing to do with free speech. I mean, you folks, you tried in your place of work. You wouldn't go to your place of work and just make some jackass horrific comment about something terrible that just happened. Your employer can fire you on the spot. Oh, they took my free speech away. No, that's not what's meant by free speech. You say whatever you want, of course, but your employer, that's their company, their business, and there's other employees. The reason Jimmy Kimmel is defended is because he's a left-wing kook Democrat. Same reason Colbert is defended. He's a left-wing kook Democrat. Doesn't matter that they lose millions and millions of dollars in audience. Doesn't matter. They have a right to be there to spew their BS. That's it. That's it. The Democrats want to shut us all down. All conservative voices. You better believe it. They're always trying to amend the First Amendment. Remember that? Always trying to amend the First Amendment. Then we have our friend CNN's Enton, the data man, Mr. Producer, right? And he's saying, you Democrats may have a problem. You Democrats may have a problem. Let's go to cut 19, Mr. Producer. The chief data analyst for the Constipated News Network. It's fitting. Harry Enton. Cut 19, go.
What are we seeing? Donald Trump being underwater, Democrats saying, this guarantees us we're going to fly high in the midterms. Let me tell you, this guarantees you nothing, because at this particular point, the Democrats are the New Orleans Saints of political parties. What are we talking about? Trust the Dems or GOP more on the economy? Who leads on the economy? Republicans by 7. Immigration, Republicans by 13. How about crime, a big issue for Donald Trump and the Republicans? Look at that, lead by 22 points. So the bottom line is this, at this particular point, the ball may be on the ground, but the Democrats have not picked up the ball and running with it. If anything, at this particular point, it's the Republicans who are running with the ball on the top issues, the economy, immigration, and crime.
Give some context on this. Compare this when Republicans last took the House.
Yeah, let's compare it back to 2022. I think this kind of gives away the game right here. Okay, the GOP is more trusted than the Dems on the economy. 2022.
Wow.
Slight decline in that lead, but still 7 points. How about immigration? It was Republicans by 3 back in 2022. Look at this. The Republican lead's actually gone up by 10 points. What are you doing, Democrats? My goodness gracious. And on crime, the Republicans were up by 13, and now they're up by 22. The lead again expanding by nearly double digits. So whatever Democrats are doing, it ain't working, Kate. It ain't working. Republicans have the lead on all 3 issues.
What's the reason that you are finding so far that's driving this?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's all about the center of the electorate, right? You win with independents, you win overall. And what do we see right here among independents? Republicans still have a point lead on the economy. They got a 10-point lead on immigration. They got a 21-point lead on crime. The bottom line is when you look at these numbers, Democrats should call their offices because at this particular point, even if Republicans, or even if the public doesn't like what Donald Trump is doing, they ain't necessarily liking what Democrats are doing. It's the referendum on one party. You actually have to go out and beat that party at this particular point. Democrats are not able to beat Republicans. They still
and again, this isn't as Donald Trump came into office. These are numbers from this month.
These are numbers from September of 2025. We still find that the Republicans leading on all 3 of these issues. And of course, this economy will be the key. If Democrats are going to win, they're going to have to likely win on the economy. At this particular point among independents, you see that 1-point lead for Republicans. And overall, at least according to the Washington Post, they hold a 7-point lead on the economy overall.
Holy mackerel. whatever that means. Holy mackerel. But I would encourage the Republicans always run like you're behind. Run with your behind, but run like you're behind, like you're with. Always. And if you embrace these neo-Nazis, these phony influencers, the grifters, you embrace it, you're going to get wiped out. You just are. So don't. And I know most of you don't. I know the vast majority of these candidates don't. But don't platform them. Don't be near them. Don't invite them on as guests. Because you're going to have a lot of explaining to do at some point. No question about it. You'll go down with that ship. Because that ship's going down. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
You didn't start a business just to keep the lights on. You're here to sell more today than yesterday. You're here to win. Lucky for you, Shopify built the best converting checkout on the planet. Like with just one tapping, ridiculously fast acting, sky-high sales stacking, champion at checkouts. That's the good stuff right there. So if your business is in it to win it, win with Shopify. Start your free trial today at shopify.com/win.
This ad is brought to you by GSK. Have you considered starting Ojara momelotinib for your appropriate patients? Review the efficacy of Ojara, including data from our head-to-head trials, Simplify 1 and Momentum
I
at
feel fat.
startojara.com. That's startojjaara.com. Ah, the Florida coast.
But I don't look
Verbo
fat.
has over 57,000 exclusive vacation homes on the Florida coast that Airbnb wishes they had. That's 57,000 exclusive perfect sunsets for your team to miss because they're on their phone. 57,000 exclusive patios where Grandpa can man the barbecue in his Kiss Me, I'm Famous apron. 57,000 exclusive hideouts to gleefully ignore your email. Make it a Verbo for your next
Get the
Florida
fuck
coast
out
trip.
of my
Ever wish buying a home was as easy as clicking your heels 3 times? At Northern Credit Union, we know there's no place like home. We offer first-time buyer programs with no closing costs, VA, USDA, seasonal, new construction, and many other loan options. If you're dreaming of home ownership, Northern will help you get into your new home in 3 clicks of your heels. Getting approved is quick and easy, and with our meet or beat rate guarantee, you know you're getting the lowest rate possible. Our team is here to help you along the yellow brick road to home ownership with honest advice, personalized service, and support every step of the way. Click your heels or just call or text, because at Northern, there's no place like home. Northern Credit Union, mortgage magic in the real world. Call or text 315-782-0155 or apply online at mynorthern.com. Federally insured, NCUA, equal housing opportunity.
Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because, let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom.
I guess I'm a little too close.
When was the last time you bragged about your wireless company? Like, did you know my wireless company gave away 1,000 American flags to deserving vets and forgave $10 million in veteran debt? Did you know my wireless company raised almost $500,000 to help prevent veteran suicide? In other words, when your wireless company is Pure Talk, there's a whole lot to brag about. You can even brag about the coverage you get with Pure Talk, a 5G network that is insanely fast, dependable, and secure. And you can definitely brag about how much money you save with Pure Talk. Unlimited talk, text, plenty of data. Just $25 a month, saving the average family over $1,000 a year. It's time to switch to my favorite wireless company, Pure Talk. Just dial pound 250 and say keyword Mark Levin. Save an additional 50% off your first month. Again, dial pound 250, say Mark Levin, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will help you switch in as little as 10 minutes. Pure Talk, wireless worth bragging about.
Making sense of your world.
Thank you for what you do.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
You give me hope.
Making sense of the news.
First thing each morning, O'Connor and Company with Larry O'Connor. Weekday mornings from 5 to 9 on WMAL.
Bill O'Reilly has another great book out, Confronting Evil, Assessing the Worst of the Worst, with the time of this person. And it is a compelling, intriguing book, as all of Bill's books are. Bill, how are you, my friend?
You know, I'm hanging tough. You're right. It's a disturbing time in this country. And we're fighting a good fight here, Levin, as you are as well.
Now, but this book, I mean, I learned things about some of these bastards I didn't know before. As you went through this book, to me, this is a weird question, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Who's the worst of these guys? And tell everybody, number one, why you wrote this book at this time. And number two, who do you consider the worst? Or are they just all so bad?
The book came out on September 9th. The next day, Putin lobbed missiles into Poland. And 4 hours later, Charlie Kirk was assassinated. One of the interviewers said to me, this book is eerie. The timing of the book is eerie. About a year ago, I was casting around for a second confronting book. The first one was Confronting Presidents. And I noticed that evil was on the rise in the world and in the United States, somewhat like the beginning of the 1930s after the Great Depression. Not at that level, but you could see it almost everywhere. And people were looking away as they did in the 1930s, and that led to World War II, 100 million dead. Putin is on the cover of the book, along with the Ayatollah Khomeini, Mao Zedong, and Adolf Hitler. Mao Zedong is the worst mass murderer who's ever lived, and that's saying something when you got Genghis Khan, Hitler, and Stalin, in the lineup. So the Chinese communist dictator was off the chart. But I read the book as a warning to Americans in particular. And that's why the timing of the book, it still stuns me. We can't continue to look away. We have to say to ourselves, there is a right and a wrong. And I'm going to be on the side of right. If you do not do that, evil is going to become more and more powerful.
Mm-hmm. You know, let's bring it home here. You have a chapter on the Klan and Nathan Bedford Forrest. Tell us about that.
Well, the Klan started after the Civil War. Nathan Bedford Forrest is a Confederate general who massacred 500 people, many of them blacks who were fighting on the side of the Union at Fort Pillow in Tennessee. Just shot them down. They surrendered. They had their hands up. And Forrest ordered his Confederate troops to just mow them down. After the war was over, he started the Ku Klux Klan in South Carolina, and it terrorized blacks for decades. Here's something very interesting that I haven't said, but you'll appreciate it being a constitutional guy. The only reason the Klan was defeated was because when U.S. Grant became president, he ordered federal troops to South Carolina to quote-unquote suppress the Klan. But they didn't take any prisoners. They killed them all. And that broke the back of the Klan. Today, Donald Trump wants to send federal troops to stop the violence in Chicago, L.A., Memphis, on and on. It's the same dictum, the same thing. And if it does get to the Supreme Court, that is going to be the main argument, that there is precedent for a president calling out a public safety emergency and using federal troops within state lines. That is the Nathan Bedford Forrest thing.
For one thing, National Guard is not federal troops. State National Guard, whatever state it is. They'll call them in first. If he needs the others, then he can call them in. Especially if the governors of each state sign off on it.
They're all interesting in a sick way. But
then you got the mayor of whatever city it is.
What a vile human being he was. Tell us a little bit.
Okay, so I've got Episcopalian friends. I'm a Catholic. And, you know, if I want to give them some jazz, which I often do because that's my personality, as you know, I say, hey, how's the leader of your church doing, Henry VIII? How's he doing? Because Henry VIII separated from the Pope and started his own religion, Anglicanism in the British Isles. That led to centuries of brutal fighting in the UK, and it goes on to this day in Ireland between Catholics and Protestants, and it spread to the European continent, where millions and millions of people...
That's why Rum acts the way he does.
It all started with Henry VIII, and then the person...
Otherwise, why would a British guy be flying the Palestinian flag? There is no Palestine.
That's personal evil. Well, Henry VIII was beheading his wives, his best friend, Thomas More. I mean, this guy was off the chart. So, you know, whenever I write a book, and we're the best-selling nonfiction authors in the world, it'll open at number 1 on the New York Times list on
Good
Sunday.
for you. I saw that.
Confronting Evil, yeah. And before you leave me, I have a question for you that's an important question. So
All right.
bear with me. I don't know how much time you have for the segment, but I do have an important question.
We'll do 2 segments.
Okay, that'd be great. And it does deal with Kimmel, who's on tonight. The question I have for you. But anyway, Americans, I think, are now focused on evil because of Charlie Kirk. That the people who did not pay attention would not pay attention. Now we're forced to look and see. That is a turning point, pardon the pun, in this country. And I think it will be a significant turning point.
I hope, and I think you're right. Very, very important. Let me go to this. Joseph Stalin. You write about him very, very extensively. Let me ask you this. Do you see Stalin and Putin in any respect?
Well, Putin, his idol is Stalin. Always has been. So what we did with Putin was, Putin is a psychopath, which makes Trump's job in Ukraine very difficult. Because Putin wasn't that far gone the first 4 years that Trump was in office. But evil always degenerates. It always gets worse. It's a malady. And Putin has gotten a lot worse than he was. And now Putin is irrational. And you add to that, he enjoys killing civilians. He enjoys lobbing missiles and drones at hospitals.
It ain't working for you guys tonight. It's just, it's not.
The October 7th attack in Israel.
Yeah, I'm going to interrupt this. Will Durant did me a favor running that stream, and what happened when Rob come up on my panel and all that. He did me a favor doing that. Laugh like a fucker. Waiting for Tiffany and Wiggin to fucking beg me to turn Will in for using my stream. He fucking violated my copyright all fucking left and right on that fucking stream. Holy fuck. Can you hear me? Huh? I guess I could pull my computer closer to me. And I can't set anything in front of it because I have one of these coffee tables. The thing lifts up like a table. Just a big square box with hinges. You want to try again, Rob? Noxious? Huh? Bring a friend with you? Bring Ziggy with you, Rob. Figure you and Ziggy must be together. You both into heavy metal fucking headbanging music. You both are fucking Satanists. All right? You think doing the way of the devil is the way to live a life. Ziggy, aren't you a father? You're fucking another deadbeat dad out here, aren't you? Huh? You take care of your child? Do you spend any time with your child? Then you get mad when somebody used your child against her or tried to or talked about your child?
It's 4:07 a.m. Birds are starting to chirp. And while most people are still counting sheep, you count stock gains, inflation ticks, and quarterly earnings. Because getting ahead in business takes stubborn curiosity and a refusal to log off before the dots connect. The details most skim past, you read twice. Because when the world wakes up, you want to be 2 steps ahead. Get ahead with WSJ Plus, offering insights from the Wall Street Journal, Barron's, Market Watch, and Investors Business Daily. Because fortune favors the ambitious.
It's sunshine savings at Widget Auto Sales, the used car leader. Plenty of late model cars, low miles on the lot right now. The loaded 2016 Lincoln MKX, only $15,999. Or a 2020 Acura TLX, beautiful. Low miles, just $27,999. The 2018 Toyota 4Runner, 59,000 miles, would look perfect in your driveway. Hey, the sun is shining at Widget Auto Sales on Ottawa, Washington Street. And see them online at widgetautosales.com. The used car leader. Life is unpredictable, but preparing for the unexpected shouldn't be. Take ownership of your life planning with Policy Genius to help your loved ones have a financial safety net in case something happens to you. They offer life insurance policies starting at just $276 a year for $1 million in coverage. Don't wait for life to make other plans. Protect your family today. Head to PolicyGenius.com. That's PolicyGenius.com.
The Mega Millions jackpot is getting mega huge. Head to your favorite New York Lottery retailer and grab a ticket today.
Only one of them's a BB gun. The other one's a pump pellet gun. It's a pellet gun. It shoots BBs. It's better than a BB gun.
Your European bike tour is planned to perfection. Then your bag, with all your bike shorts, takes a detour. Baggage delayed. When travel hassles try to take the air out of your tires. Learn more at AllianzTravelInsurance.com.
Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because, let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25%.
My camera might change the color. I see it.
X Boom.
Ever wish buying a home was as easy as clicking your heels 3 times? At Northern Credit Union, we know there's no place like home. We offer first-time buyer programs with
That's not spell check. If you're on a phone,
and many other loan options. If you're
like I am, all right, you hit that to bring up the keyboard, and you type a word. All right, you don't hit the space bar. It's going to type what's in the middle. The word that you want is to the left. You have to tap the left. So there's so many words that they sound the same. They're not spelled alike. So it's not that. It's the computer anticipating what word you want to type, and it gives you alternate words that would be similar to the word that you're typing. Like I type if.
WMAL, making sense of education. What's happening in your kid's school matters. Download the WMAL.
So across the top of the keyboard, it has if, I, and of. So I hit the space bar, it'll type if. Or if I hit on the left, it'll type if. But if I type of, all right, But if it's in a sentence and I want to type of and I hit the space bar, it'll type if. It's like there's a gremlin in there testing your fucking typing skills.
So it'll be very beautifully discounted, which is what they do when they want to move books. Is quantity is what they care about.
Yeah, so you type in lives, Lives, livestock, loves.
Okay, so tonight Kimmel comes back and the left-wing press.
So you can touch any of those spots, and that's what it'll type. So you got to know where to touch on the keypad.
Because there are 5 major television outlets, along with all the urban newspapers, that pick up the same theme.
Now, I'm not into the AI computer imaging deal like Rusty and the rest are. I leave that up to them. I'm just here to spark conversation.
Okay, a few facts here before I get to my question for you. So Jimmy Kimmel in the last 3 years has not put on one non-liberal voice on his program. Not one. The 5 left-wing networks, CBS, NBC, ABC, MS, and CNN, have put on 98% left-wing voices. 98% in ever since Trump got into the political arena. So I had you on my program to talk about your bestseller on Power a few weeks ago. And before that, you had another bestseller, #1, American Marxism. So here's my question to you, Levin. Are you ready for the question?
Hold on now. Got my thinking cap on.
Did you get any invitations from the networks
No.
to be on there, talk about those books?
No, and you're making a great point, which is, hey, what about freedom of speech being attacked by the failure to allow people to be heard? It's a very good point. But here's the thing, Bill, and it is a great point because it underscores the point, which is this. First of all, the government wasn't involved. This FCC chairman, whatever he said, was irrelevant. What happened was there was a big reaction by viewers, all 7 of them, who didn't like it. And so ABC pulled them, and the affiliate companies, like Sinclair, they said, we're not running this. So it was a market. It wasn't the government. It wasn't like the Biden administration putting out memos, the Department of Justice, to go after parents at school board meetings, or to arrest protesters at abortion clinics who even silently protesting, or to go after the Catholic Church.
They put an old woman in jail.
All a violation of free speech and the First Amendment. So the First Amendment's not involved, #1. Because
an old grandma.
Involvement. #2, what about free speech? It depends. I can't go on this radio show, start screaming whatever the hell I want to without being punished. I mean, we can say a lot, Bill. We can say a lot on these radio stations and so forth, but there are lines that are drawn. Everybody listening, you can't go into your place of work and just start saying whatever the hell you want. And when the employer says, all right, you're out of here, excuse me, my free speech rights, it has nothing to do with it. And the point that Bill O'Reilly is mentioning here is these people don't believe in free speech. They believe in propaganda. And that's why they went nuts over at Kimmel. It had nothing to do. They never had, Bill, have they ever had you on?
Before Trump got into the arena, I was on Kimmel 5 times, Letterman 20 times, The View 20 times, every blanking news program you can imagine. But once Trump got into politics, that blackout descended on all of the television operations except for Fox. Imagine if you didn't have Fox, then you'd have an across-the-board blackout of any non-liberal voice. That's what they succeeded to do. And there's just anybody on the left, they're signing these stupid petitions in Hollywood and all that stuff. They don't care about banishment of an entire point of view. 77 million people voted for Trump. They don't care if those people can't get a representative on any of these 5. Look, I asked Anderson Cooper, who's desperately in need of ratings. I said, hey, I've known this guy for decades. But you just put me on. #1, I'll bring big ratings. #2, it's a good book, and it's pertinent to today. Forget it. Won't do it. Blackout across the board. It's so hypocritical, and it just makes me furious that this is the real violation of freedom of expression. You don't have any expression. And who does that? Putin. She. All the totalitarians. That's what they do. Yet Jimmy Kimmel is the martyr?
That's crazy. No, you're right. And for instance,
this is crazy.
If Kamala Harris would come on this program tomorrow, I'd take her in 2 seconds.
Sure. And I do that all the time. I look for the smartest liberal voices I can find because that is a good debate.
Yeah.
You know? And all of us on radio and television, we're not exclusionary. Hannity puts on people all the time from the opposing camps.
I can't get them.
All that, you never see it on the other side. And the reason that Kimmel got put back on the air is because the Hollywood talent agencies called Disney and said, we're not doing business with you. You're not going to get writers, producers, actors. You're not going to get anything from us until you put them back. That's why he got put back.
That's their base. You're 100% right. Well, folks, you're going to love Bill's book. We're not going to squelch any speech here. Confronting Evil, Assessing the Worst of the Worst. He's had tremendous books, great books. This is one of his best for sure. I want you to grab this book, Amazon.com. Any retail store will have them, bookstores and others. Again, Amazon.com, Confronting Evil. Congratulations, Bill. Another great book. Seriously, it's really a good book.
I should just go to
Thank
bed.
you for having me, and Mark, and thanks for reading it. You know, most interviewers say, I read your book, but you actually read it, and I appreciate it very
No,
much.
I love this book. I like it when you sent it to me like 2 months ago or whatever it was, 7 weeks ago, so I can have time to really look into it. It's really good. Thank you, my friend. You take care of yourself.
You too.
Grab this book, folks. You're going to love this book. I'm telling you. I only bring on authors here who I trust and who write good books. I insist on getting them early and reading them as much as I can. Been reading this one this summer. You're going to love it. Confronting Evil, Assessing the Worst of the Worst. He's debuting #1 on the New York Times bestseller list. And trust me when I tell you, for Bill O'Reilly or Mark Levin, that's very hard because they don't want to give it to us. You might say, well, it's the New York Times. Yeah. And when a conservative's #1 on the New York Times bestseller list, we smile too. It's a great thing. So you're going to really like this book. I encourage you to get it. And he's a good guy. He really is a good guy. I like him a lot. Well, Mr. Producer, do we have any callers tonight? Hold on. I got to get in my... Yes, we do. Been a long time. I know it. Oh, we're loaded. I don't mean that way. All right, let's see. Let's go to Chuck, Cincinnati, Ohio, the great WKRC. Chuck, go right ahead, please.
Well, first of all, Mark, I want to say thanks a lot for pointing out the Bill O'Reilly book. I'm going to have to check that out. I really appreciate your take on that book. And I got to say, the Jimmy Kimmel thing, I'll tell you what, I just cannot stand the guy myself. I mean, I actually forced myself to sit down and watch 5 minutes of the guy. I just can't. I can't even crack a grin. I just don't.
He's not funny. He does a lousy interview. That's why he has no ratings. He sucks. And so they turn him into this free speech martyr, which is ridiculous. All right. I have wowed him up with my genius. Thank you, Chuck. Cindy, Kernersville, North Carolina, on the Mark Levin app. Go right ahead, please.
Thank you, Mark. I hope you're doing well after your trip to Israel. I'm envious.
Great.
That's one place I've always wanted to go.
Everybody should. The Holy Land's right there, and you're going to see where Jesus walked, and you can walk exactly where he walked. It's fascinating.
I could not imagine what a life-changing experience that would be. I really could not. And I'm a Christian, and I support Christians and Jews, and you know, it would just mean so much to me to be able to do that. Well, you know, God made me a good lady, Mark. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that I wanted to just point out, and I know it falls on deaf ears on the left, regarding any freedom of speech issue with this Jimmy Kimmel thing, is that the supporters of today's Democrat Party in the United States, do they not realize that their freedom of speech could be silenced with a bullet to their head if the Democrats ever get back in party?
Well, I don't think they think that far ahead. I'll be perfectly honest with you. In the Democrat Party, I did write a book, The Democrat Party Hates America. Now, that doesn't mean they want to assassinate everybody. What I'm saying, it is a very violent, evil party from slavery forward, segregation, Jim Crow, eugenics, all these radical movements in the 1960s. It's a very, very violent party. There's no question about it. And I mean, FDR in 1940 wouldn't even sign an anti-federal lynching bill because he was worried he'd lose votes in the South. I mean, this is what we're talking about. So, and you hear Bill O'Reilly talk about the Confederate general who started the Klan, who's a Democrat. But we can go down the list. There are some Republicans, but there's a lot of Democrats throughout our history. Just a very violent ideology and grouping of individuals. But again, that doesn't mean people are going to run around from that party and assassinate people as a matter of policy. But the things they say and the way they say it, and then they pretend it's free speech. And the man that he was talking about, Charlie Kirk, even though he didn't attack Kirk personally, but he attacked the people who support Kirk, he lied. When Charlie Kirk's free speech went to Charlie Kirk, is really a sickening irony, don't you think? It's just disgusting. All right, my friend, thank you very much for your call. Much appreciated. All right, what I'd say about Blaze TV. Hello, that's right. I want to pause for a moment and thank you for listening and standing with us. The truth is, Blaze TV only exists because of people like you who refuse to let fear silence the truth. Darkness never has the final word, not in America. Not with me, not with us. This isn't about one personality or one network. It's about a family of people who believe America is worth defending and worth healing. And when you subscribe, you make sure the truth has a voice, not just today, but for the next generation. By joining with us, you're standing shoulder to shoulder with a community that knows America is worth fighting for. You're choosing courage over censorship, truth over fear, and light over darkness. It's true. So, folks, don't wait. You've heard me talk about the Blaze a lot. Join Blaze TV today. Go to levintv.com, LEVINTV.com/Levin. Hello, levintv.com/Levin. You get $20 off right now. And for as little as $8 a month, you can be part of shaping the future. We haven't increased our annual number in like 9 years. That's levintv.com/Levin, LEVINTV.com/LEVIN. I want to strongly encourage you, give us a chance. Subscribe today and keep the light shining. We'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Thank you for calling Spectrum. My name is Angie, and I'm in Orlando, Florida. How can I help you today?
Great. You're still there. It must be like 3 a.m.
We're always here, 24/7. What can I do for you?
I know it's late, but I wanted to ask you about the best place to set up my router.
It's never too late. We'll have you up and running in no time.
Only Spectrum has 24/7, 100% US-based customer support. It's only everything. Spectrum fiber-powered internet. It's the fastest and most reliable internet. Go to spectrum.com to learn more.
FanDuel's getting you ready for the NFL season with an offer you do not want to miss. New customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right. Pick a bet $5, and if it wins, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use all across the app. You can build parlays, bet player props, ride the live lines. Whatever your style is, FanDuel has you covered. The NFL season is here. The only question is, are you ready to play? Visit FanDuel.com/streaming to download the FanDuel app and get started.
21 plus and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467369.
Ever wish buying a home was as easy as clicking your heels 3 times? At Northern Credit Union, we know there's no place like home. We offer first-time buyer programs with no closing costs, VA, USDA, seasonal, new construction, and many other loan options. If you're dreaming of home ownership, Northern will help you get into your new home in 3 clicks of your heels. Getting approved is quick and easy, and with our meet or beat rate guarantee, you know you're getting the lowest rate possible. Our team is here to help you along the yellow brick road to home ownership with honest advice, personalized service, and support every step of the way. Click your heels, or just call or text, because at Northern, there's no place like home. Northern Credit Union, mortgage magic in the real world. Call or text 315-782-0155 or apply online at mynorthern.com. Federally insured, NCUA, equal housing opportunity.
It's nearly 2 years ago when terrorists murdered more than 1,200 innocent Israelis and took 250 hostages. Today, it seems as if the cries of the dead and dying have been drowned out by shouts of anti-Semitic hatred. The most brutal attack on the Jewish people since the Holocaust has been all but forgotten. Yet as the world looks away, a light shines in the darkness. It's a movement of love for the people of Israel called Flags of Fellowship, organized by the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews. And on October 5th, just a few weeks away, millions across America will prayerfully plant an Israeli flag to honor the victims of the October 7th, 2023 terrorist attack. You can join this movement by giving just $25 to help plant flags to support the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews work on saving and rebuilding lives in Israel and wherever God's people are in need. Give a call, 844-866-IFCJ. That's 844-866-IFCJ or online at levinforthefellowship.org.
Making sense of your world.
Talk radio is where I get all of my information.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news. Know the news the minute you wake up. O'Connor and Company with Larry O'Connor. 5 to 9 a.m. on WMAL.
You know, costs are out of control. That's the truth. Many people rely on credit cards to cover their essentials. And so your debt's piling up, the interest is piling up, you can't pay off enough of the principal. You ought to consider reaching out to my friends at American Financing. Some of you are hesitating. You say, I have a very low mortgage rate. Yeah, but you have a very high credit card rate. And so what you want to do is combine the debt and get it down as far as you can in a refi, and then you can deduct up to $40,000 in interest. I mean, folks, this is the way to go. It's how you use your money and move it around. In American Financing, there's no better. They can help you. Now, here's more good news. They've created the Smart Equity Loan. It's a solution designed to help you take control of your finances without touching your current mortgage. Unlike a HELOC, they call it, which can have varied interest rates, the Small Equity Loan offers a fixed rate. That means one predictable monthly payment. This loan allows you to leverage the equity in your home to pay off the high interest debt, say on your credit card, free up your cash flow, and keep your existing low mortgage rate intact. This is like a dream come true, honestly. Honestly, it's like a gift. You really need to do this. It only takes 10 minutes to get started with no upfront or hidden fees. Call American Financing today, 888-900-1828, 888-900-1828. 888-900-1828 or visit AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. APR for rates in the 5 start at 6.327% for well-qualified borrowers. Call 888-900-1828 for details about credit costs and terms.
I like to play Charlie Kirk in his own words, whether it's my interviews with him or things he said on the college campuses or elsewhere. Here he is just last month, regarding Candace Owens. You can fill in a blank. It might as well be Tucker Carlson and so forth. Cut 21, go.
And a quick question about anti-Semitism online. Another question that they asked about Candace Owens, and I'm a big fan of you. I was a big fan of her. but she's obviously been going down this anti-Semitic bent. And through her, I'm kind of finding out about these other characters online, like Nick Witz, I'm sure you've heard of him. And these people, they've been active for a long time, and it seems like they've just been ignored, which is working, but now they're kind of surging in popularity. And as someone who, I enjoy watching their debates, are they people you'd be willing to engage with and maybe shut them down in a way through a debate or something like that?
Well, I mean, I don't get to debate families. But no, look, I'll debate anybody that shows up at our campus events first and foremost. But I do want to take what you say and extrapolate it, that there is a corner of the internet of people that want to point and blame the Jews for all their problems. Everybody, this is demonic and it's from the pit of hell, and it should not be tolerated. Period. But it goes to the problem of an entire generation that has economic resentment. They don't own anything. They're not getting married. They're not having children. They're depressed. They're anxious. They're staring at their screens all day long. And all of a sudden, your extrapolation of all that is, well, it's the Jews' fault. That is sloppy and shallow thinking. And not only that, they say, oh, it's the Jews' fault. Okay, let's kind of play this out. Well, tuberculosis, that used to kill about 1 billion people, is a group of Jewish scientists that came up with the antibiotic that cured tuberculosis. How about CPR, the MRI machine? Those were 500 million lives that were saved over the last 50 years because of the people that were Jewish scientists that were working on things. So let's say thank you to the Jews, but they always say shame on the Jews. Weird how that works. And finally, they always blame the Jews for stuff. Jewish people are an ethnicity. So therefore, definitionally, you have people that are secular, orthodox, religious, that are all over the spectrum. You're trying to blame an entire ethnicity for a singular problem. Hold on, let's take a step back here. Instead of that, what could you possibly do in your own personal life to improve your own state of being? If you are blaming 0.02% of the world population for all of your problems, that is not going to be good for your soul. It's not good for your psychology. It's not good for your future in any way, shape, or form. And so I would just say this, that any young person that goes into this hyper online brain rot, you are serving yourself over to your own demise. You are serving yourself into a suicide mission that will not make you happier and not make you healthier.
This is why you and I were friends. This is why he was such a remarkable young man. You will never hear these words out of the mouth of Tucker Carlson and Megyn Kelly, of Bannon, and their ilk. Never. If I'm wrong, they can do it tomorrow. Let's hear it. But I'm not wrong. It's a pleasure to be back. I missed you, my radio family. God bless each and every one of you, and I'll see you tomorrow.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Ever wish buying a home was as easy as clicking your heels 3 times? At Northern Credit Union, we know there's no place like home. We offer first-time buyer programs with no closing costs, VA, USDA, seasonal, new construction, and many other loan options. If you're dreaming of home ownership, Northern will help you get into your new home in 3 clicks of your heels. Getting approved is quick and easy, and with our meet or beat rate guarantee, you know you're getting the lowest rate possible. Our team is here to help you along the yellow brick road to home ownership with honest advice, personalized service, and support every step of the way. Click your heels, or just call or text, because at Northern, there's no place like home. Northern Credit Union, mortgage magic in the real world. Call or text 315-782-0155 or apply online at mynorthern.com. Federally insured, NCUA, equal housing opportunity.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
Change in rhetoric on I'm Tom Graham, Fox News. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is praising President Trump's latest comments on the Russian invasion. Two leaders meeting on the sidelines at the United Nations General Assembly.
The Ukrainian president reacting to President Trump saying he thinks Ukraine can reclaim all of its lost territory in the war against Russia with support of the European Union.
President Trump was more positive in it, and he showed that he wants to support Ukraine to the very end. So we understand now that we're ready to finish this war as quick as possible.
Telling Fox's Brett Baer on Special Report, he feels President Trump now understands Ukraine and Russia cannot just swap territories after President Trump had suggested Ukraine would need to give up land to resolve the conflict. Ukraine's leader also saying he doesn't feel China wants to finish the war, but feels President Trump can change that. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
Well, the man accused of trying to kill Donald Trump ahead of last year's election could spend the rest of his life behind bars. A Florida jury returning a guilty verdict today. Lots of Jonathan Series and Fort Pierce.
Ryan Ruth was convicted on all 5 counts against him, including multiple weapons violations, assaulting a federal officer, and most seriously, attempted assassination of a major presidential candidate. Prosecutors presented 38 witnesses and hundreds of exhibits, ranging from surveillance videos to a trail of Vienna sausages to show Ruth stalked and tracked then candidate Trump's movements for a month. The defendant, acting as his own attorney in his closing argument, Ruth told the jury there was never any intent. The proof is obvious. U.S. Marshals had to restrain Ruth, who tried to stab himself in the neck with a pen as the verdict was read.
Ruth sentencing is set for December. On Wall Street, stocks pulling back from record highs today. The Dow falling 89 points, the NASDAQ dropping 216. America's listening to Fox News.
Early voters cheered by one party. I'm Sharon Reardon from the Novak Motors News Desk. Good evening. Early voting is underway in Virginia, and GOP state officials are cheering the early turnout.
We are having a very large turnout in Republican districts, strong Republican districts.
Mark Peake, chair of the Republican Party of Virginia, noting earlier hesitation to early voting.
The Republican Party of Virginia and Governor Youngkin have been engaged in trying to get our voters to get out there.
Chair Peake says the efforts are paying off. Democrats in Virginia saw high early voting turnout in the primary this year. Barbara Britt, WMAL and WMAL.com.
Montgomery County Police want to hear from you if you have information regarding a fatal pedestrian crash in Kensington on Saturday that killed a 16-year-old boy. James Anderson was hit by a 2023 white Nissan Murano while crossing the westbound lanes of University Boulevard West when police arrived around 9:15.
It's like the show is over with. Did I look like Wiggin there for a minute, falling asleep with my mouth open? Matter, Andy. No place to hang out? Huh? I ain't doing no panel. I'm going to leave. Probably go to bed early since I get up early. Might go live later. It's only Tuesday.